They knew they were getting their guy back, and we traded 5 bad guys for an American.
Yeah.
It just doesn't make sense.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Who walks off in the middle of the night? Just like, hey, I'm going to the mountains of Afghanistan. Like, no one's going to do that. I'm dead serious. I know guys, like some of the baddest motherfuckers on this earth. Like, I don't know. They're heroes to beyond belief, giants amongst men. And not to say they wouldn't like to do that, but like if they were going out there to do that, they were going out there to chop some dude's head off and like put it between his legs in the middle of a village or some shit. Not to go and
like walk around like just
and go and hang out with the Taliban. Be like, hey, yeah, thanks for having me.
Oh, is this the one, the American that wandered off?
Yeah.
And that was Bergdahl.
Yeah. And then there was, the hostage swap the hostage swap,
and he ended up being like bad.
No one
news.
knows. Like, what was the final Bergdahl?
I don't know. I think recently, maybe even this week, I think he just made a deal or tried to make a deal with the government. And the government like shot him down again. Like he's appealing something.
Yeah, but even him walking off was a bizarre. I mean, did he have a mental break or no one knows or
no one knows? All I know is that people
that one of the 5 is now in charge of the Taliban.
Yeah, and people that went looking for Bergdahl, Americans died because he's a traitor.
Yeah.
What was his sentence?
I think he was tried, right? I forgot what.
Yeah, I don't even know. I paid attention to it for a while, and it just made me sick just because, I don't know. That person.
Why is anyone paying attention to this?
Yeah, he's
kind of like that.
He is a thief of air.
So, there's no like delicate way to like talk about any of this shit. I just want to keep that up there, Andy.
Oh, okay.
If that's okay. Just over your shoulder is the holy trinity of insanity. What was the thing? Was 9/11 the thing that made you go over to that made you enlist?
Yeah, that was definitely. Well, it was what gave me the green light, at least in my.
But your family, you have a history of the military.
Yeah. My dad, he was in Vietnam. He did 2 tours, and he was like what they would call like long range reconnaissance patrol, or nowadays modern like rangers. He was like attached to a ranger company. And back then, it wasn't like it is now, which reminds me.
Back then, what was a ranger? Like, what separated the Army Rangers from like? I don't think anybody really understands how the dynamic works in the military. So they think they know what a Navy SEAL is, but they really don't.
No, not at all. What Rangers were in Vietnam, essentially, this goes back. Ranger history goes back all the way to the Revolutionary War.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah, without a doubt. Merrill's Marauders. I can speak to it for
that's
days.
Why we're here. Well, not for days. I don't have enough SD cards.
Right. So it was essentially Rangers were, for the lack of a better term, like militia force, that unconventional warfare.
Not like standing up straight in a battlefield.
Yeah.
Right.
Like just wild how things used to be done compared to what they are.
The Mel Gibson movie, kind of like that.
Oh, absolutely. That was a very good depiction of what those Rangers were back then, doing nasty shit.
A little rogue.
Yeah. Without a doubt. I mean, now it's a lot more organized.
I'd hope so. After 200 and some years, they'd be like, oh, we should have a plan.
Yeah.
So was that?
So let me go through the history, I guess, from there all the way up into the modern Ranger. As we were talking about Vietnam, my dad and our family's military service. In Vietnam, there were Ranger companies. So you had like Alpha Company through Kilo Company. And there was only 2 companies. Now companies are like a group of men that they train together, they live together, they have a ranking system together, and so like they have leadership.
Like a cohort.
No, it's a military unit.
Yeah.
200 people. But so 2 companies would be stationed back in America. This is in Vietnam now, or Vietnam era. And the rest of the companies were forward in Vietnam doing some bringing freedom to.
So while they're over there, there's
Asia.
2 companies in the States on stateside, just making sure not everybody's over there.
Just training. No, just training here back in the States. That was then. Now, I mean, fast forward all the way to the global war on terror. I believe the 75th Ranger Regiment is the only military unit that has been continuously deployed throughout since the beginning.
So in like warfare or in like conflict, we haven't really declared a war in a really long time.
Yeah.
But so what would differentiate the Rangers from, enlisted, just regular Army?
Unconventional fighting standards, I guess. Not
like
standards.
in other words, like if something was going to happen, what would be, okay, we know we're going to send the Rangers here for this. Like this is perfect for them.
Well, there's a lot of things that I'm not going to be able to talk about.
Yeah,
like, I'm not going to talk about tactics or
no. But like
capabilities. But Rangers are essentially known for the modern day 75th Rangers are known for airfield seizures, getting in, securing pieces of land fast, and getting out. But I mean, that was Grenada, Panama. They were all part of that.
So how different are they from the SEALs?
It's just different.
See, this is what I mean. Like, I think a lot of people don't know. I'm just as ignorant.
Wow.
Do you know? And I feel terrible being like, "Hey, I'm stupid."
Is it more of like an application of what you do? Like the SEALs are going to work in a different type of landscape geography, or is it, we need to take a building versus?
I think they have a different set of tools.
Okay.
Like they're all really, really sharp tools, right? All different tools to get the job done in different ways.
Yeah.
But a scalpel is a little bit more different than a pair of really sharp scissors, right?
Yeah.
Or a really sharp knife. I would say that parts of the military are more like part of the knife. And then as it comes down to that razor's edge, there's different groups that come into that and make that a finely sharpened weapon. Okay. And it's almost like
it's literally more surgical.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not comparing to SEALs. I mean, their surgical is different than our type of surgical.
But they're a different branch of the military completely.
Right. They're under the Department of the Navy. And we're under the Department. I was under the Department of the Army. Okay.
So when did you get in? And did you always want to do that?
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Like even from a kid, you're like, I wanted dad's the hero.
Oh yeah. My dad, he never really talked about a lot of things. I just knew that he said, I'm going to break your legs if you join the military until the bombs hit our shore. And I'm like, oh shit.
Oh, he was staunch. Like, you are not going to join this unless the bombs hit our shore.
Oh my God. Yeah. I mean, this guy was spit on when he came back. People would just, he said some guy was sitting on his car like, oh, fuck you, soldier boy. And he's like,
when he came back from Vietnam.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Spit on, like ran out of a train station, jumped in like, I don't know, a big city somewhere. And he got out of there. And then it was somewhere around Christmas time. He was coming home. And he was stuck under a bridge on the turnpike. Every time we go underneath this bridge on the turnpike, he's always like, I was stuck under that bridge in the 70s. Like 1969, something like that. Freaking wild.
Yeah.
But what do you mean he was stuck under that bridge? Like there was a snowstorm?
Yeah.
Oh,
snowstorm, trying to come home.
So was 9/11 the thing that made you sign up?
I mean, that changed the world.
Oh, without a doubt.
Yeah.
That changed the world. This thing that happened last year, pandemic thing, changed the world.
Yeah.
But 9/11 for sure did. And when I came home from school, I already knew my old man knew
Like you were going to do it.
Yep.
I mean, literally the only condition happened.
Yeah. He's like, not till the bombs hit our shore.
How old were you?
I think I was 16. I was in 10th grade. 16. I think I was in 10th period Spanish class. Wow. And I remember the teacher, she wouldn't turn on the TV. Everyone in the school did except for this teacher. She just didn't. We came out, people were like, we're getting attacked. I'm like, what? Wild. My next class was Law and Citizen, so then he just turned on TV.
I didn't have this in the rubric, but
yeah,
here we go.
Yeah, you're gonna watch it.
So what was that? I mean, did you go enlist immediately, or did you have to wait for a certain age?
Like
or
the following week, I started talking to a recruiter. And I don't think you legally can do something like that until you're 17, but then you need to have like the consent of your parents,
right,
to sign off on it. So I did that, and I went around to a bunch of different recruiters, where there was Army, Navy, Marines. I didn't check out the Air Force, but no one could give me it in writing that I could have a shot to get into special operations. And the Army was the only one that said, all right, here you go. If you pass, you need a high enough GT score, which is a general knowledge test.
Right.
So I think it was like you had to score over 110. I don't know.
Is general knowledge literally like general knowledge?
it's a little bit more complex, but like motor function, the way gears turn, like
okay, yeah. All right.
But a lot of general knowledge, general math questions, things like that of that nature. But and then they were the only ones that said, here, this is what you need to do, and if you pass all this, you can get a shot. Just don't fuck it up.
Was there a physical test, or was their mentality, if you're smart enough, we'll get you in and we'll carve you out of stone?
The physical test, I think that was to get in at a higher rank, like because I did like a delayed entry program, so I had to do certain things throughout the year, be physically fit, understand general military, I don't know, language, I guess you can say, for lack of a better term, acronyms,
like their verbiage.
Yeah. And then if you get through the delayed entry program, you go in at that time, I think, a PFC. So it was like you're already 2 steps ahead of people,
which is private first class, right?
Yeah,
I was
Good for you.
Yeah,
you can have your man card back.
Yeah, Call of Duty taught me something.
I was about to ask that. So are you an ex-Ranger?
Yeah.
Cool.
And you're from Ghana, right?
Yeah.
I almost went to Ghana.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What happened? Why didn't you go?
My wife told me I couldn't.
Oh man.
Is Andy allowed to come out and play?
You missed out. Man. You probably would have had a blast.
Is it that fun? Ghana's fun?
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's plan a road trip.
We can get there.
I don't think we're allowed to go anywhere anytime soon.
So did you go, like, it couldn't have been just you. You're like, because I know like West Side is very like familial and in it to a degree. So it wasn't, I'm sure it wasn't you alone going around to recruiters, correct? Like you didn't have, was there any of your group that was like, we got to go?
There was a
couple. This is before we went to Afghanistan, because it was a couple months before that happened, after 9/11.
Yep. There was a couple people that went around and talked to recruiters with me, like friends. You know one of them. I don't want to mention any names.
Yeah, sure. No, I know.
Podcast, but the 2 guys I'm thinking of in particular, we went around and we talked to all the different recruiters, and we were all going to do it. Actually, there's 3 guys. We were all going to do it. 2 of them ended up signing up for the military. One guy went away for, I don't know, went to the Navy, and he like washed out in like 2 months. I don't know, probably was crying because he missed his mom or something like that. God knows. But
I mean, that's a thing.
It without a doubt is the separation. It's a separation for the first time, and you have no one else but yourself to be accountable for. No one else but yourself that you need to worry about, and you're trying to, I don't know, make friends, I guess, at that point and experience life. It's freaking wild.
You would have been 17 when you went in, or 18?
Well, when I went into the delayed entry program, and then I was 18 when I went in, a month after graduating high school from West Scranton Senior High School.
Wow. How tough was it for you?
Well, I was a wrestler, and that kind of helped me out with, one, not eating like an animal like I do now. You know?
Was that Louis C.K. thing? I eat till I hate myself.
So you were kind of like pretty disciplined before you went in, because being a wrestler, right?
Yeah, and I was in a like a naval cadet program for like 4 years. I really wanted to be a Navy SEAL, and then I found out what they were, and I'm like,
wait, what the fuck does that mean?
Have you ever? How many books are out by Navy SEALs?
I have no idea.
How many? This is. Write it down. Look it up.
A ton.
A ton.
Yeah.
Yeah. How many movies? A ton.
A ton. Yeah.
In it for the glory.
Wait, so that's a thing?
I don't know.
Is that kind of that's the thought pattern for you guys that have served in the military?
It's a different breed. I love them. I have friends with them.
Right.
I'm friends with them, and they would say the same thing. Like it's a different thing, but not about books and shit like that.
So why do they make them like this elite group? And you kind of like when you think of the military, right? You think about this. Like I never really heard about the Rangers.
Well, I mean, it might be what he just said. We think of it as an elite group because they're the only ones telling their stories.
Yeah. Right.
Or at least those are the ones that are stories that are being told.
You remember what I said, man? Until the lion learns how to write, the story will always glorify the hunter.
Yeah.
Wow.
Huh? That's Ghana wisdom, man.
Yeah, you should have gone. You would have known that if you went to Ghana.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you ever like eat coals?
like eat hot coals. I don't know. It was the Dave Matthews Band. He was like down in Africa.
What? I don't know. Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah. True
I don't know what kind of hot coals he was eating. I don't
You
know.
walked on hot coals?
No.
look at his face. He's like, how dare anyone do that? So so it was the summer of 2002.
Yeah.
That you went to basic?
No, 2003 is when I graduated.
Oh, because you were only a sophomore in 2001, 2002.
Yes.
Oh, I'm an idiot.
No, you're not.
Well, I kind of. I'm ignorant.
But we still love you.
Yeah.
So
true.
What was anything like you expected? Like, especially with basic and getting into it, like, you talk about like the
everything. I kind of understood.
Like your old man, did he kind of preface everything for you, like what to expect, or was it such a far distance between Vietnam and now?
No, he trained men before. Like he knew.
Oh, your dad did?
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
It's kind of like train the trainer. You're always training people. You're teaching them what you know. You teach the person above you what you know. Teach the person below you what you know, and that's how places evolve and make it. Try to make it as seamless as possible.
So when did you get your first deployment, or like where did you go?
Like, I'll take you through the process of.
Yeah.
So 9/11 happened. We all went, carried on our lives, and then 2003, I graduated school, went in the military. It went like they have this weird in processing thing. It's like a weird gray zone in the military where like you get vaccinated with everything. Like people are bitching now about getting vaxxed. Like, okay, great, whatever.
Yeah, but the military is like like
I had
40
no
needles.
idea.
They just pump you full of it.
Yeah, the day that I got my vaccination for this pandemic, I found my military vaccination card, and there was like 20 different things. I'm like, what the?
I mean,
fuck
that's like diphtheria and like all these crazy.
Yeah. Oh, I had freaking anthrax. I had the anthrax vaccine twice.
Is that because they don't know where they're going to send you, and they just want to be prepared for anything if anything happens?
Oh yeah, we had packs of pills. Like if you get shot, here, take this pill, and it's supposed to like slow everything down. I think. I don't know. Maybe it was supposed to kill you.
It's like strychnine. It's like, here you go.
Yeah.
Good night. Yeah. So okay, so you're running us through the whole.
Oh yeah.
So 2003 basic.
We go to basic training, and or I go to basic training, and it's a bunch of alphas that I don't know. Everyone's trying to be the best that they possibly can be, and I really do believe that there's like 2 or 3 years there to where America has to be extremely grateful for all those people that just signed up and went. Like those are people
sight unseen, didn't know what they were getting into,
had no clue what we were getting into. Like when I say we, like I mean like my generation. Not that I want to speak for them, but I mean people want to talk about millennials and they're going to have their own cross to bear. I don't even know if I'm a millennial. Do you guys know what you guys are?
You're Gen X.
You're Gen X. I'm like the last year of being a millennial.
No, yeah, but you're also like the first year of being a millennial and like the last year of being Gen X.
Oh, that's it. Yeah. That's right. Yep.
You're the gray zone.
Oh, so he would be a millennial.
You're there.
84. 84 is when I was born.
You're a little millennial. You're closer to millennial. So you're the millennial generation.
You millennials
stood up, which is ironic, where everyone's going like, I don't have faith in the millennials.
I remember seeing an interview, and I don't know who gave it, but it was somebody in the military, and they were saying like, everybody loves to talk about how bad millennials are, but using the example of everybody that signed up after 9/11, like this is a generation that, yeah, they might be a little different. They might be a little needy, but when push came to shove, they were the ones that stepped up in mass. So you can't really knock them that hard.
Well, that's why I don't listen to TikTok for my social issues.
God bless America.
All right, keep going. Don't stop till you get enough.
Oh, wow.
So your generation went in.
Yeah.
Signed up.
Through basic training. Met
was
a lot
it
of
a
good
different
people.
basic training because you knew you were going special forces? Or was it just generic Army basic training?
Infantry. Infantry basic training is different than regular Army basic training. It's done at Fort Benning, Georgia. And that's where they teach you how to effectively destroy life, I guess, for lack of other terms. Or just other things I don't want to say.
Yeah.
But pretty wild. And then so you do your basic training part. Then you go into your infantry school. And then to airborne school. That airborne school wasn't hard. I just didn't like really jumping out of planes. Like
still?
Yeah, that doesn't sound like fun.
No, I mean, I love heights. I love thrilling shit. But that was
a little much.
To at least to get used to,
Now, did you have a specific job role within the Rangers? Like, what was your job? Or can you talk about it?
Yeah, I was a rifleman.
Okay.
And then I was a team leader for anti-tank, like big weapon team. I call it like a Carl Gustav. It was a weapons team, three people, one big ass recoilless rifle. Oh my God.
That's Dan. Dan and Andy. The
Dan,
TV show is coming soon.
Dan, how are you?
Give high fives. All right. What did I miss? Okay. So
basic training, airborne school. And I just said it got a little used to jump. Takes a little time
jumping
to
on
get used
airplanes.
to, yeah. Getting, hopping on helicopters, all that stuff. Then after airborne school, my particular thing, the military lost all of my paperwork, all of it, and it happened to like a group of seven or eight guys that were going out to try to get into Ranger Regiment. At the time it was called RIP,
right?
The Ranger Indoctrination Program. They lost all their fucking paperwork.
What
does that mean?
I don't know. We
went to go and they're like, we don't know who you are.
Apparently.
So do you have to like reapply, or like how do they?
No, we completed airborne school, so we were in like this gray zone, and from there, they rebuilt our packets, and then we went into the Ranger indoctrination process, which was 4 weeks of hell.
So at that point, you are how many months or years into this process? I mean, you graduate high school. A month later, you ship off to Georgia.
It was like a 6-month deal.
Wow.
6 months worth of training, hating life.
Yeah.
And then as soon as I graduated from that, they sent us home to be with our families. And then we were going to report to our duty station. So my duty station was in Savannah, Georgia. It was 1st Ranger Battalion, 75th Ranger Regiment. Best dudes on the world to come from that place. I miss it deeply. But so I go home for like 10 days, immediately go down to Savannah, Georgia, and I say, hey, you're leaving in like 4 days to go to Iraq. Yeah, my first deployment was to Iraq. I'm like, holy shit. And you can't tell your family. You can't tell anyone.
Oh, you can't tell them you're leaving?
Absolutely not. Like, that's like, you can get released for standards for people knowing what you're
so you just say, I got to go. I can't tell you where.
Everyone was aware. Like, if you don't hear from me, just assume that I am gone or training. Because there'd be times we'd be gone for weeks training. You don't have cell phone. It's not like now.
Yeah, but you can't call home. You can't talk to it.
You could write. That's about it.
Is that because the jobs that you were doing when you went overseas were so?
I think it's a deployment. It's like
you don't
want to let them know where you are.
Everyone at that point, like once you got into regiment, like you had top secret clearance. No one was supposed to know you. You weren't supposed to talk about anything, where you go, where you been, what you do, weapons, capabilities, operations, nothing. Just, it was a great time. It's fun getting deployed.
I mean, going to Iraq is kind of a shell shock, though. Is it?
It's wild. It's wild.
Was it your first time out of the United States?
No, I was in Mexico before.
What's the difference?
I was going to say, like,
what's the margaritas aren't as good.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. No, when did you come back from, or when did you come here from Ghana?
92, 93. Yeah, I came to high school here.
That's when you graduated?
High school, yeah.
How old do you think he is?
I'm an old dude.
How old do you think he is?
Well, now that you told me that, he's like 44, 45.
I'm 46.
He looks like a baby. He looks so young. I'm so envious of him.
Ghana, bro.
Why are you? I told you got a lotion, man.
I'm not. I don't want to smell like bird.
White people need lotion too,
and take showers.
Yo,
I shower every day.
twice a day, and lotion.
What?
Do you lotion, dude? All right, that's personal. I won't ask you any personal questions. That's too personal. I don't want to hear about any of your military.
Do you want
experience.
to talk about military weapons or lotion? You have options.
Well,
I mean, you have lavish. You can talk lotion all.
Yeah,
that's true. That's true.
Well, I mean, what was it like to hit there? To like hit to what do you like? Do you fly in a C-1 or C-17 or like what it?
I think the first time
Delta
we went on. Yeah, right. there are some military units that did. Yeah. They absolutely did. But no way. We're never on a civilian aircraft. I believe it was a C-17, which is
you guys strike me as, I mean, the Rangers strike me as something that you don't exactly want to be getting your passport stamped in Iraq.
Oh my gosh, no.
Yeah, you're kind of flying in under the seat at night, and
and we were told
kind
like
of in and out.
You don't leave
around.
this room.
Yeah,
like everyone's here. You don't like if we went to a military hangar. We did in one country. We stopped, and we went to a military hangar, and we had to sit there for like 36 hours. It was miserable, and it was hot, and it was sweaty.
Just sitting there.
It was fucking miserable.
Nothing to do.
Nothing to do. Some asshole was playing his computer games with like his volume turned up all the way, and there's like
Can't just mute it?
There's 120 fucking pissed off dudes that are just like, you got to be fucking kidding me right now. We have to sit here for 36 hours
and listen to fucking Minesweeper.
Yeah. Well, the rest of the big army and fucking other dudes they're going to fucking TGI Fridays, having their 2-drink beer limit. Like that's the way it is.
So what for people who don't know, what is Iraq like? I mean, so you got there what 2004?
2004. I believe.
And we were already there for what, a year or 9 months?
Yeah. The place where I landed in Baghdad, and then I took a helicopter to Ramadi.
Oh boy.
And
are you involved in that battle?
The Battle of Ramadi?
Yeah.
No.
The big one?
No, there was another one, Fallujah. We flew into Fallujah a couple nights. That was only, I think, my second deployment.
Operation Al-Fakar? Is that how you say it? The Dawn?
The Dawn? What? No, I don't know.
I'm Googling everything you're saying as we're going.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah, the
second battle of Fallujah.
So what was, I mean, there's no way to compare what combat is to anybody who doesn't understand combat. Like, and you could train as much as you want, but until it's actually there, I mean, the first time you experience it is literally the first time you experience it.
Yeah.
And I don't need to necessarily talk about that.
You don't, I don't know how.
I'm just trying to,
I think it's unique.
Let people understand like what that means.
I think it's, not to sound, I'm a funeral director, right? So everyone's grief, if someone dies, everyone's grief is unique.
Right.
I mean, to be in danger of your life and to be trying to protect others, like your brothers to the left of you, to the right of you, knowing that you have a mission, knowing that we're going into a house and that there's bad guys in that house. That's one thing that Iraq, if you want to say like, what's Iraq like? It was a lot of urban fighting. It wasn't like Afghanistan. Like you were going into houses, you were going into cities, you were going into buildings that you just know that it's a square building and there's 4 floors to it. And you go in and 90% of the time I don't know if we were lucky or if that's just how it is. And
like the intel is good or something.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of times you're waking up guys right out of their bed, sleep. I remember the first time we did this, I was like on a farm. The first time that I actually remember like, holy shit, this is pretty wild. It was in this little farm village. Didn't even know we were there. Fucking, they were bad dudes, and just fucking woke up and a dude literally shit himself. It was awesome.
It's like, I got you.
Well, I mean, I think a lot of people around the world would if you see the Rangers in the room.
Yeah, like when these dudes like wake up and they just see a little tiny green thing over your eye, like it's your night vision, like, and they have no idea.
Well, that's got to be surreal. I mean, being somebody who grew up in a country like that, your world is very rustic, very, I mean, not the Iron Age, but they don't have what we have. To see somebody walk through looking like a android alien.
Yeah, right.
I mean, that's got to be otherworldly.
Yeah.
So
but those terrorists, like they had some technology, right? They weren't just basic technology.
Yeah.
They had some really good stuff.
Wait, yeah, they were basic.
No, dude, they were so basic.
Oh, they were?
Like basic. I don't even know. Is basic bitches a thing?
Hey, you made Dan laugh. This is great.
Can we get a T-shirt that says the Taliban, aka Basic Bitches?
They're all just sitting on a porch
We
drinking
should.
some pumpkin chai
know?
lattes.
I'm writing that down in the ideas book.
Yeah.
We're going to make $1 million off this T-shirt.
Yes. How do we do that? Who do we call?
It's the internet. That's who we call.
Well, we got to keep it local.
So I mean, they had none at all. It was just like guns and hopefully they follow orders.
In Iraq?
Yeah.
Yeah, there were some organized dudes, but I don't know how to describe this, but I didn't go there to fucking, I was there to fuck shit up. I saw what happened on 9/11. I was going after them to, I don't know, just bring the wrath of America. Because anyone that harbors anything like that, like, I don't think America knows how good we have it. I don't think Scranton knows how good we have it. People want to bench at Scranton. Scranton, like, I'm sorry, kick rocks, get out of here, because you didn't see the world. You don't know. I love our town. I hope you boys do too.
Well, I mean, I'm we've talked about this. I'm not from here. I'm originally from Tennessee. I've lived all over.
Oh, by the way,
place.
like you, me, and Dan are the only ones that are like born and bred here. They're transplants.
Yeah, we're from other places.
Yeah,
and I say that to people all the time. Like, the only people that complain about how bad Scranton is are the people that have never seen anywhere else.
Yeah,
the people that, I mean, you look at what we have here. You look at the, some of the culture, some of the people. Even down to athletics and entertainment and restaurants and all of the above, the culture of the whole thing. Yeah, could it be better? Absolutely. You always want to make it better. But Scranton is just a microcosm of the rest of the world. Everywhere else has its problems just like us. This is home, though, and it's a pretty good place.
Yeah. So what would be the thing that, like, man, you should be grateful for ABC because of where I've been?
Oh, clean air.
Clean air, really?
Just the smell of it. It's disgusting. I remember there was these, so I got to talk about someone that shaped me into the person I was while I was in the military. His name was Aaron Grider. He wasn't my direct team leader. He was my second team leader. He wound up getting killed when he worked for Delta Force. This story goes out to him. This is an Aaron Grider story for anyone that is ever going to listen to this. This man was a neat freak. He was a very, very clean person. Hated getting dirty. Speaking of trash and just being in a disgusting place, these places in Iraq, like, they would have empty lots, like a lot of property that would just be filled with trash and just wet, dirty, stinky, smelly, shitty, pissy, scummy puddles, like trash puddles. Well, there was like 3 or 4 bad dudes that they got shot up that night, and we were standing over them. One dude was like, it was sad to see, to watch people die and to see them struggle in that. And there's nothing that we could do for them. Just, sorry, shouldn't have been a fucking shithead and you'd still be here.
Right.
But we're standing over them with gurneys waiting for the helicopters to come in, and we all have like headphones on so we can have conversations like this. It's great. And these Blackhawks coming in, and it's coming in this like open lot with all this trash and dirty sewer water and shit.
Picking it up.
And and my team leader, Aaron Grider's in front of me. So he's taking the fucking brunt of it. And, and I could hear him going, motherfucker, this is fucking sick. Fuck. And we pick these dudes up and we just throw them on the helicopter and get off. He's like, fuck, I hate this fucking place. Like, well, no, I don't even know if he might have cursed, but he was a very, very religious man, but he was very, very pissed.
That's funny.
I'll just remember laughing. There was
good
so
thing he's
many good
vaccinated.
I was
So
you don't know what's going in your mouth at that moment.
Brought in a helicopter and airlifted those guys
Evac them out.
Oh yeah.
For what? I mean, is that kind of the MO when you're fighting and you get into a gunfight? You shoot someone else, and
our medics cleaned them up, got them where they could, when they could, how they could, and
then what do you do with them?
We drop them off somewhere else. A couple times.
What?
Yeah.
Isn't the
you can't imprison all of them?
No, but I mean,
I'm sure they went
warfare. Like,
let them die, right?
I mean, yeah, I would assume.
No, it's not. There's a humanitarian. Believe it or not, there is a humanitarian aspect to it too.
But there's certain people that we should just let them go.
Sure, but also at the same time, like, all these medics take a Hippocratic oath.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, they're supposed to do no harm. It doesn't matter. It's been, for centuries. It's been, even if you're the enemy and you're on the battlefield, they're supposed to give you.
That is such a strange reality of, I'm coming here to shoot you, but if I'm good at what I do, then I'll help you stay alive.
Well, there's no, and also at the end of the day, there's no, and I know nothing of war, Andy. Nothing. Wow. So whatever comes out of my mouth is speculation, conjecture.
Okay, first of all, you've been Black Friday shopping. You've seen hard times.
Oh, man.
But a lot of the things that they tell you in warfare is that you don't want to kill the person, you want to maim them, because then it takes not only that person out of it, it takes everyone else who's trying to protect that guy and get him out of it. So in other words, like,
well, if they
it's supposed to do, like, bullets are supposed to do harm to the point where, like, if I get shot, you two are now, and I'm not dead, you two now are taken out of the fight to help me get out of there. Do you see what I'm saying?
One of the battle drills are
Am I wrong about that?
Yeah.
Okay, good. All right, great.
He's like, let me drop this mic.
Yeah, believe nothing.
Nah.
Believe nothing I say.
No, so God forbid if we're this actually happened. One of our teammates, he was a newer guy, he was a newer ranger, and he was very, very eager to get out and be on the objective and go on missions. And he wound up blowing himself up when we were going to blow up a door.
Oh.
And because he was so cherry and he was so excited and he was so like eager and new, he left a 4-man stack. At least, so the 4-man stack is like 4 people outside lined up against the house waiting for the door to blow.
Okay.
And then those 4 people go in. Well, the detonators, you push, turn, pull.
Yeah.
It sounds like a loud crack, like loud. And God bless him. He thought that was it. And he left the stack. He left behind the person that he was supposed to stay behind.
He thought the was it.
And then he got to the door and realized, what? And boom. Fucking dude bounced off a car. His BDUs were like burnt to his arm. And the best thing you can do for any of your people that are hurt or injured at that point is to kill the motherfuckers that are trying to kill you.
Right.
So you just let them go. Self wound, move forward, advance, and someone will get to him. But in that actual moment,
Like you don't stop.
you can't stop. In that actual moment, you have to eliminate.
Because you're going to get more people killed.
You have to eliminate the threat. Period.
Because you're on a mission, right?
I mean, it's just I think a lot of the problem that people have, and like what I'm having right now in understanding this story and Andy's experience, is that, you know, there's a time to be emotional about things, and then there's a time where contrary to every instinct in your body, you cannot be emotional. Am I saying that right? To a degree?
There's a time and a place for it.
Yeah.
And at that particular time and place, you have it in your head what you're going to do and what needs to be done.
You know, it's a pretty heavy thought.
Was there any kind of training you had on mentality? I mean, because your mentality, you have to. I would assume you would have to have a little bit of a mentality of, I've accepted the fact that I could die. I'm okay with that. I have a job to do. Was there training on that?
No, that's the selection process. So
Okay.
like if you get through basic training and you don't mentally break and cry for mom.
Oh, you're not doing a survey saying, are you sad?
Fuck no. No, they
1 being least likely, 5 being most likely.
Yeah.
they literally like just try to beat it out of you and make you quit in every which way.
So
'Cause
they know by
they
the
can tell.
intangibles. Yeah.
It's like Aja with the salt in the sugar in the water with the babies in a weird way.
Oh,
Salt, what, you dipping babies in salt and sugar water?
yeah. It's like you're dipping babies.
Yeah.
Did you ever see that priest who was doing the baby for the christening and he's just
Is that
flipping
how
it
they keep their
upside
skin
down?
so nice?
Has that how what?
Is that how they keep their skin so nice?
Yes.
That
Yeah.
probably
They just dipped him in
probably
sugar
too.
water.
It's a saline solution.
No, he was telling us last week that you rub.
Was it last week?
I think it was last week where you rub like a newborn baby, you rub like sugar in their mouth or salt in their mouth or water in their mouth, and based on their reaction, you could
tell their personality.
you could almost tell their personality when they grow up. Isn't that mind blowing?
I got to listen to that.
I mean, that like the intention is not really to tell their personality, but the intention.
Nope,
is
going with
to-
it. That's how you do it. It's witch doctor shit.
Yeah. Yep.
This kid likes salt. He's going to be a dick.
No, it's just like it's just like the whole intention is to let them know that this world has different things.
Oh,
Right.
that's even cooler.
Yeah, like the world has different things, right? So
Like you're letting them
sometimes-
experience 3
Yeah,
different tastes at the very
yep.
beginning.
yeah, sometimes it's sweet, like sugar.
And how old are these children?
No, they're like when you're born. So it's
They
like,
slap its ass and then give it a Skittles and a
A shot of tequila.
in a potato chip.
It's not a shot. It's like you dip your finger. Come on.
Yeah, I know what he- I know what he means.
better our way.
Aja, let us tell it. We once caught a fish this big.
Yeah.
So Iraq, clearing houses.
So how do you get to Afghanistan? Like, I don't think people understand like how the military works. I don't think they understand about like what's a deployment. Where do you go? You
Deployments
don't know when you're going to go. You don't know where you're going to go. Or is it because you were in the 75th that's one of the elite ones? They're like, all right, anything that's of importance, we're going to send those guys.
Yeah, we knew where we were going, when we were going, but there was already, like as I said, like the 75th Ranger Regiment, they still are continuously deployed. I don't know if they still are, but they were the most deployed unit in the military, constantly deployed unit, consistently. meaning they never left Iraq or Afghanistan. There was always Ranger presence there. I don't know if that still is, but.
So do you remember when you explain the difference? Okay, so when
you want to know about Iraq? Well, Iraq is a lot different.
That's what I was getting to. Is like, what's the compare and contrast? Because they're two different areas of the world too.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Iraq,
like even the topography is totally different.
Yes, Iraq is a lot more urban and a lot more developed than the Taliban, but they're still very basic. I mean, basic bitches. But I mean, I would definitely take any of the dudes that were fighting in Iraq. Actually, like that, the organized ones, they would beat up the Taliban. Not all of them, but I mean, 1-on-1 type deal. The Iraqis would win
over the Taliban.
In a 1-on-1 fight, like not going into the mountains hunting them. Like if you were to put them on a battlefield or like in a city and say like this team versus that team type deal.
Yeah, because I've been looking at some of the images coming out over the past week and seeing some of these Taliban fighters, and and just knowing a few U.S. military guys. I'm like, these are bad dudes. Like these U.S. guys. Like, I mean, knowing you a little bit, knowing some of the other guys, it's like, okay, these are bad dudes. They look like bad dudes. You see the images of these guys in the Taliban coming out, and you're like, this is like,
it's a joke.
It's a joke.
I don't know how the fuck.
Like, I could take them.
Yes. And you could do jumping jacks. They can't.
I saw that video. It's hilarious.
I don't know. That makes no sense.
It's a U.S. I guess Army guy trying to teach a group of Afghani soldiers how to do jumping jacks so they can fight the Taliban. They can't figure it out.
I remember this video from a couple of years ago, though.
Yeah, there's something in the water over there, man. Like it's bizarre.
Cave people, like literal cave people, tribalism, and that's one thing that like the American people need to understand. We're not going to change that over there. Like, yeah, we were supposed to pull out. It's inevitable. All that good shit. I think we should have left a presence there. I think the way it was handled was wrong. But
Dan's finding the dance video.
I was like, what? But they're tribal. Like here, my buddy said it, Brock Hooten. He said it in a video that he made the other day. He said that we here Westerners, we need to blame someone. We need to have a figurehead.
We need an enemy.
Well, right. So but he's talking about just in their civilization and their culture. Like we need a figurehead to blame. We need the CEO to blame. We need the boss to blame. We need the city council to blame. We need the mayor to blame, or the president, or the congressman, or whatever. Over there, it's not like that. It's just not like that. They have a village elder. The village elder tells what everyone should do, what we should do for our community to make it better, and
they do it.
Yeah, I mean, the Taliban literally just walked through and said, "We're going to murder all your people if you don't listen to us." Okay, so guys went inside, took their army
uniforms. So there's just no
off.
fight in them. It's just not in their culture to fight for freedom.
It could be.
Yeah, but they don't. I don't think they understand that word.
There's not as many. Like,
true. I guess if you've never had a taste of it, you don't understand what it is.
And the guys that are fighting over there, they are like the creme de la creme of their country, of their 36 million people.
The guys that are still fighting in the Afghani army?
There is no more guys fighting in the Afghani army.
So the Taliban,
they're in the north.
So
are they?
Where does the Taliban, like, where do are they all Afghani?
I don't know.
So this isn't like a rogue group within Afghanistan.
Yeah. I mean, because what's his name? Bin Laden wasn't. He's from Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, he's Saudi. Yeah. But they gave him safe haven.
So the Taliban is more of an ideology versus a region of Afghanistan where they kind of took over the whole country.
My experience, yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean,
okay.
because I think after like Bin Laden got captured, then they moved to like
they never captured him.
Oh no,
killed. Yeah. I mean, killed. Sorry. Then they
he went to Pakistan, but
he went to Pakistan.
He believed in Islam.
Yeah. So like the movement, the Taliban movement, like kind of like shifted into like the mountains of Pakistan, right? That was.
Or was that
no? I think there was Taliban there the whole time. It's just they didn't fight. They waited us out. They just waited.
Okay.
Because they've been waiting for thousands of years.
They've been doing this for 1,000 years. We're a new idea, America. We're what? How old are we?
230, 40?
240?
Yeah.
We're new. Those guys have been over there for thousands of years. Animals.
I just kind of in getting ready for this conversation today, I heard an interesting quote, and it was a Taliban leader said to an American soldier over the past couple of weeks, I think, was, all of you Americans, you all have watches, but we have all the time. And our mentality in America is, I want this, so I want to get it now. I want it in my lifetime. I'm 30 years old. I want to have the car with the boat and the dog and the family and and I want it by the time I'm 35. The Taliban, what I took from that statement was their mentality is, it might be my grandchildren that have it, but this will be ours.
Islam will be theirs.
Did you see any evidence of anybody actually trying to make it better? Like this idea of like going over there to like give them things that we have that they should be grateful for. Did you see?
That wasn't my job. My job was to go and get the bad guys.
No, I mean, did you see anything where they're like, oh, we're so happy Americans are here?
Some of the interpreters that I've worked with, but I can talk about Afghanistan if you'd like.
That's up to you, brother. That's up to you.
When did you go to Afghanistan?
I gotta look it up on my DD-214. And this is another thing. Like, if anyone ever said, "Oh, I was in the military, I did this, I did that," because people, they like to exaggerate. As you said, "Oh, my fish is this big."
Yeah.
Once you have a DD-214, there's
what does that stand for?
I don't know what it stands for, but it's your discharge papers.
Do they give you a list of what you're allowed to talk about, or do you just kind of know that inherently?
No, you just can't talk about weapons capabilities, like certain aspects. Like, there's a couple of things that I'm just not going to talk about. But I will tell you some really cool shit. Hold on one second. I'll let somebody else read this because I don't want to read.
Oh, can I read it?
Yeah, you got a good radio voice.
I'll slow it down. I'll slow it down. I'll give it some slow.
Yeah, make it sexy.
Dan, can I have some slow jazz while I read Andy's DDT, whatever the fuck it's called? DD-214?
Yeah. I'm trying to find it. Should be here.
Or just play regulators.
Kuchwara.
What year did you get out?
I got out.
Dan, just hit fucking mute. You can adjust the volume on that thing.
He's playing DD4.
There's volume buttons. There's volume buttons up there. You can adjust all the volume on the top right, whatever you want to do. What is this? Is this copyrighted? Oh man, poor choice. Terrible choice. I'm thinking more like a smooth.
Are we going to read a document or make a porno?
I guess.
Yeah,
we're
this
making
does
a
not
porno.
sound.
I don't know where this fucking updates, bro.
Would your battalion be okay with this music?
No, fuck no.
Turn it off.
I gotta ask my wife to send it to me. I'm gonna text her.
Oh, the one that didn't let you go to Ghana.
Yeah, you don't even want to know why I was going there. I was going to supposedly work for a nonprofit and to do some stuff on behalf of the American people.
Dude,
it got weird.
You would have loved it.
It did.
Probably wouldn't want to come back.
So okay, so is that in the airport in Ghana? You'll never want to leave.
Yeah,
you'll never want to leave.
No, most of them. I know a lot of people that like to work for the U.S. government, so they can be shipped to places in Africa, certain places, not everywhere, but like Ghana is one of the places that
they want to go.
That you want to go. Yeah.
Is that because it's not insane, or
it's been like free for a long time, right?
Yeah, it's very different than other parts of Africa.
They call it like the gateway to Africa, not the gateway drug.
That's all right. I believe you.
No. It's very. It's all right.
I'll Dan. Now I want elevator music.
Little Kenny G.
He plays the alto sax.
Watch, as soon as she sends it, I'm gonna be able to find it on here.
That's always what happens.
Oh, absolutely.
So while you're looking for that, do you remember the two distinct differences from when you landed in Iraq to like that first impression? Like, when did the air smell different?
My gosh, it smells like shit
in Afghanistan.
In both places. I mean, maybe it was just like from the bases, like burning human feces and having burn pits.
They do that, don't they?
Yeah, they literally dig holes, fill it with stuff, and just burn it. And then it burn shit. But then they got the Haji Jingle trucks that came around and just sucked up all the shit from the porta potties. Those dudes they were nice most of the time, but I mean, they throughout Iraq and Afghanistan, they were insider attacks as well.
So it doesn't smell like Palm Springs when you land.
Fuck no.
What's the easiest thing that you could say that like, is it one of those things that like it'll, like, once you smell it, like, smell to me is always like the most distinct memory.
Yeah.
Like, when would that hit you again and you know exactly what that is? You'd be like, that's what Afghanistan smells like.
Don't read my social.
I won't read your social. Let me see. Antisocial is 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
5,
4, 5, 6.
I don't know. It's just different. Like I remember being in Iraq and it was super, super hot, and it was like taking a blow dryer, and it was windy. Like,
was it dry heat?
Yeah, just take a blow dryer and just put it in your face.
Ugh.
Brutal.
But it's a dry heat, right?
Yeah, it's a dry heat.
And how much gear were you carrying when you were running around in that dry heat?
Damn, like 60 pounds, maybe.
Ugh.
I mean, you have
Long sleeve everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we'd roll our sleeves up and
Yeah,
whatnot,
but you can't get any relief from that.
All right.
Fuck no.
So you were corporal,
I was a corporal.
and that means for the idiots in the room next to you.
I was like a non-commissioned officer, so I don't know, just a little bit of rank. It's not a lot at all. It's still on the bottom of the totem pole of the enlisted rank. But just because even if someone's a sergeant or a sergeant first class or a master sergeant, there is a so well-oiled machine that there's just many of them. And if by chance, if you were to be a sergeant first class or above, which is like an E7 on a scale of E1 to E9, E7, E8, and E9, if you need to get demoted, you need like an act of Congress to be like,
really?
These guys are shit.
Oh.
Yeah, but it's like standard operating procedure for them. Like, hey, are we going to vote on these people getting demoted? Yeah. Yay.
So this decorations, medals, badges, citations, and campaign ribbons awarded. Can I read those?
Sure.
And are they not to question this? I just don't want to assume that you did not receive these.
I received those.
You received all of these. Okay.
Yes.
The Joint Service Achievement Medal, Army Achievement Medal, Army Good Conduct Medal, National Defense Service Medal, Afghanistan Campaign Medal, Global War on Terrorism Expeditionary Medal, the Global War on Terrorism Service Medal, Iraq Campaign Medal, Army Service Ribbon, Combat. I don't know what cont in Block 18 means.
Go to Block 18.
Oh, continued in Block 18. What an idiot.
Continue.
What a fucking idiot. I would have never gotten to Ranger School, brother.
I don't think you would have made it.
Cont. What an idiot. Make sure you repeat that shit over and over again, Internet. Block 18, 17, 18. Subject to active duty, recall, muster duty, and or annual screening. Period of delayed.
Continued from block whatever should be on the bottom, sort of.
Oh, here it is. Infantryman badge, expert infantryman badge, parachute badge, and nothing follows is basically like the Morse code end of transmission. Nothing follows. That's end of transmission.
Mm-hmm.
That's a lot of medals and shit, dude. I didn't know any of this about you. I didn't even know you got one, which is pretty ignorant for me. No,
I don't talk about them. But I think there's another one on there because you can't put foreign awards on like
foreign.
Yeah. It's like under badges and citations, you can't put like a foreign badge and citation, but it could be under something else. So I have like I don't know, you can find that on there.
I don't think I can find it.
When you say foreign award, you mean like awarded from like the Iraqi army
States.
towards you?
Not the United States.
From Australians. I was awarded the their parachutist badge or commando parachutist badge or something like that.
Oh, cool.
Just means we jumped with Australians.
Cool.
Oh, that's
so fun. Like how's the military life shaped who you are today?
It made me understand that our politicians are fucking pushovers and they're puppets.
So that's a nice segue. After everything that you've done and all the medals that you've received, I think everybody's kind of like their hair's blown back about what's happened in the last week and how it happened. Basically how it happened.
Piss poor planning achieves you piss poor results. And for anyone to say a month ago, oh no, we didn't see this coming.
I don't see any other outcome if you just pull out.
You can't, but why would you leave your people there?
Yeah.
And that's fine. You want to pull out? Great. And it's a shame that those fuckers that are stupid enough. This is what I'm saying. Basic bitches. They're stupid enough to cling on to a side of a jet. Idiots. Fucking idiots. That's what we were over there protecting. Fucking idiots.
But how do you feel about the other claim of that where it's like, man, these guys don't want to be here so bad that they're willing to climb that jet?
Yeah, that too. But they don't know any better. They legitimately don't know any better.
I mean, they think you can hold onto the side of a plane and be fine.
I'm going to America.
Yeah.
I mean, is that because there's no education system there?
I'm sure that some were educated.
Yeah, they do have education system.
It seems pretty desperate. I mean, that's the weird thing about the world we're living in now is like you can look at it both ways and kind of see.
Like if you knew that was going to happen, I'd rather stay and fight than hang on to the side of a freaking jet and know I'm going to die.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, I mean, but that mentality is the reason that we have what we have in America.
Right.
And they're dealing with the Taliban.
Yeah.
You know, which I mean is just, are they a religious ideology or are they a political ideology?
It's both. Like they believe in Islam Sharia law. Do you guys know what Sharia law is?
Can you explain it for the idiots?
It's basically like super strict. Like
I understand that, but
super strict. Like
he's seen it.
Women are to be covered from head to toe. I believe. I don't even want to say certain things because I don't want people to look at me differently. Just if you believe in Sharia law to where women can't.
You're talking about like
fend for
regulations?
themselves. Not even fend for themselves. Like they're submissive. They're slaves essentially to the man.
Women are stoned to death if they're raped because they had sex outside of marriage.
Yeah. And some of these scumbag Taliban fuckers, I hope that they're listening. You're goat fuckers. They fuck goats. They fuck little boys. They're called T-boys, chai boys. And then they want to go around and say, oh, I'm all religious and I do this. Like,
is that true? Is that true, that young boys thing?
Yeah. Look it up. T-boys, chai boys. I don't even know.
Now, what does that mean? Like for them? Like what's the?
I don't know.
Because I heard some.
I'm not going to Google. I heard some crazy. I don't want to be on whatever watch list you're on.
I heard some crazy shit about like what sexuality is like over there, and my deduction on all of it is like there's a lot
different than ours.
My deduction on it was like there's a lot of males over there who have experienced trauma from a young age.
Yeah, because they brainwash them. Don't worry, when you die, you're going to get your 72 virgins. Don't worry, be a martyr. And it's just an ideology.
And that's every day. That's just.
Yeah. And as you said, like they believe that they have forever because they honestly believe they're going to get to heaven and get their 72 virgins. Like, I hope there's a bunch of fucking dead nuns up there like that are just going to like, you know, be like, hey.
Jesus Christ.
No, I hope they all get like one really tired of everybody's shit housewife that's just done putting
Don't you use JC's name?
My thought on that was after the 72, they're all not virgins.
I don't know. I don't know how that works.
I just didn't understand that. It just going to get 72 virgins.
Yeah, but listen,
are they always
if you're going to
virgins?
talk about what you get, like that just tells you that like that whole Islamist extremist is just a bad idea.
Oh, bad idea.
If the selling point is 72 virgins, give me 3 slutty chicks that know what they're doing. That's what I want. I don't want 72 virgins.
So,
wait, who's the numbers guy? You said someone here's a numbers guy?
Dan's numbers and
you guys are the numbers guys.
Is it really like I don't think the selling point is the 72 virgins. I think it's a little bit more.
It's not,
but the 72 is added to it, but there's a little bit more to it than just like, oh yeah, be a part of this ideology, and when you die, you're gonna get 72 virgins.
Oh, it's definitely more than that. But I don't know. I never dove into it, but all I know is that I've looked at these fuckers in the eyes, and there's this one dude in particular. He was like 1,000 years. We have 1,000 years. I knew exactly what he was talking about, but I didn't understand the depth of it until a year or two I got out of the military.
What does that mean? 1,000 years?
They're prepared to fight for 1,000 years. Like Islam and those that believe in Islam. I'm not talking about being a Muslim. I'm talking about believing in Islam and the total takeover of Islam throughout the world. Their intent, it is my belief, their intent is to, at this point, outbreed us.
Well, you can't do that with goats. So
You can't. So numbers guys, right? So 1.3 billion Muslims, 1.6, 1.9, either which way, it's over a billion, closer to 2 billion. If I think you want to add it up. The estimates that I've seen, and someone else said this from something that I watched, researched, read, I don't know where, but it's in my head and I'm never going to forget it. It's estimated that 5% of that population, all the way up to 40% of that population could be extremists.
40% of
5% of, call it 1.3 billion.
Okay.
Muslims,
right,
would be considered Islamist extremists.
Yeah.
Wow.
right? That's the low number, 5%. There's estimates up there to 40%. Now, it's just wild. It's freaking wild when you sit down and you got to understand it and digest it and say, fuck. Like this is like, oh, what a week, man. Oh, what a week.
All right, that's our show. Thanks
for coming, guys.
As I'm, if you can hand me that bottle that's right behind you, that Chattanooga.
Oh, the
Or that one.
Wait.
No, yeah, the one right next to it, Chattanooga.
Pick
buddy.
up the Greco-Roman hand
it's a
job
good
guy.
one.
I was looking at some dude jerking another guy off.
Nah, that's how they used to wrestle back
We got
then.
that from the Taliban. But
That's the Greeks. They showed us
man,
how.
just watching all this over the past couple of days, the thing that just kept popping to my head is, we could probably use a lot more toxic masculinity in that country right now.
What the fuck does that mean, Micah?
Well, man, and I hear it all the time.
This
It's
is
like,
me.
Toxic masculinity. Guys that work out.
I think they're overly
Oh,
toxic.
No. That's
you're talking
weakness.
about dudes
I'm saying
who are
we could
like.
use some toxic Americans over there right now.
Are you talking about the dudes who are like
Just go
Jaeger
sort
bombs?
it out.
Jaeger bombs?
Yeah,
like
we
that
could,
guy?
we could use
That guy?
some. Yeah, we could use some bros to go over there and just sort it out. Some American bros.
I don't.
Because this is ridiculous.
I don't understand. I mean, like a lot
It's
of what I
just-
don't understand is like I've seen a lot of stuff over the last week that they aren't showing on mainstream media. I've seen a lot of things, like kind of like the on the ground, like unedited crazy shit. And I saw I saw Afghani soldiers weeping not to turn over their weapons.
Right.
Forget about the plane thing is terrible as a visual. But when I saw an Afghani soldier saying, I don't care if they're coming, you can't ask me, because that's what happened. Is the army was told we made a deal.
Bribes.
Put your shit down. We made a deal.
Freaking bribes. It's crazy that all the military equipment's over there. Like we should all
Left.
My buddy,
blow it all up if you don't want to bring
but
it
it's
back.
billions of dollars. It's billions of dollars of American technology that we have sheltered for for the entire existence of
to
America.
the Taliban. Yet we're having conversations in this country about whether or not we should be allowed to have 30-round magazines. It's crazy.
Anybody who ever watched Black Hawk Down, whether you believe it or not, what did they do? They blew up those helicopters. Why?
I don't know why someone didn't do that.
Nobody did it.
I said this to my nephew the other day. I go, I would have if they said, "Hey, boys, we would never leave our weapons. It just doesn't fucking happen."
Yeah, all the guns, all the munitions, all the Humvees, the fucking jets, Black Hawks, the fucking bases. Like, I'm not a military expert, but that seems pretty fucking dumb.
Yeah. Yep.
Well, and then you have to ask why.
And then there's up to 80,000 fucking people over there that whatever the estimates are. Well, we left. We fucking left them.
The British just came out and said, we also
the
are
British
at fault.
and the Germans are going in there, but the Americans can't.
The French are going in rescuing people, but
they're saying that they don't have capabilities like the Americans are. The American leadership is saying that they don't have the capabilities, which is bullshit. I've seen it firsthand. We have the fucking capabilities. We're the best at it in the world. It's just they don't have the intestinal fortitude to do it because it's all about optics at this point.
Do you really think that's it?
Yes,
seriously,
absolutely.
100%.
I 100% think that
Biden doesn't have the guts to say, "Listen, here's your clearance. Here's whatever you need. Let's get it done."
Yes, I believe that there's certain factions in this country that they put party above country, and the American people are ignorant to that.
So a side thing that I've always thought too was with the presidents in the past, it always seemed like they had some sort of military experience through World War
like
II,
Eisenhower
Korea,
and stuff. Yeah.
Even Kennedy. So like in the present day, we no longer have that military, mind in the office. Do you think that's had some kind of effect on it too? Or is it just the people that advise them are saying no?
Anyone that I know and veterans that I've talked to, we all knew it was inevitable, but how the fuck could you leave people behind like that?
Yeah.
And if you're worried about optics, like, come on, a month ago, this will never happen. This will never happen. This will never happen.
Yeah.
And then boom, it happened.
Are we all fucking goldfish? Are we all fucking goldfish with 5-second memories?
Without a doubt. I went to like the outer limits of the universe the other night. Joking. I know.
Mm-hmm. Oh, so you found the toad.
Yeah. I smoked a little marijuana a couple
as long as it's not opium from over there.
No, I knew a dude that he was running through a field of opium and or poppy field, the poppy field, and they were getting shot at, and this dude's a sick fucking dude. He fucking gripped it because they're like apples. Like he fucking gripped it, he fucking took a bite of it and was like just chewing on it, going pop, 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 pop.
Does that work?
I don't know. I never did it, man. But this dude, like,
is it like that berserker mentality? Like it's just going to get you a little where you need to go?
This dude is a sick fucking individual, and I love him for it.
Yeah.
Like, you know, the monster underneath the bed, like the shit that America doesn't understand. Like this is the stuff, and these are the humans that make our country it. You know, if people knew how sausage was made, they wouldn't eat sausage. If people knew how freaking hot dogs were made, they weren't going to eat hot dogs. If
Lips
people,
and assholes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And if people knew exactly what it took to freaking make us free and sit here and do all this stuff, or how it actually happens, I think there would have been a revolution 50 years ago.
So to Dan's point, do you think it's a leadership? So you think it's a party before country thing, which it should never be.
Party before country mixed with a worldwide input on what our American experiment should be.
You mean other people having an opinion about what we do?
Non-Americans having an opinion on what Americans
like
should
a G7 or something like that.
Yep.
Did you guys ever talk about that?
I didn't, not when I was there.
No, I mean like afterwards.
Mm-mm.
So you never like reminisce with your buddies about?
Oh yeah. I mean, the majority of the my friends and veterans that I've talked to over the years, everyone knows it's not the D's fault. It's not the R's fault. It's the people that put party above country. Because I honestly do believe that there's Democrats that they want good. It's just they don't know any better. Kind of like the Afghans. They don't know any better that we need to enforce standards. We need to enforce rules. You know? And the same thing with the Republicans. Like, you got to know between right and wrong. And if you keep on choosing the wrong and to get over and get your buddy ahead or to get yourself ahead and fuck the people that you're supposed to represent, that's a fucking problem. They never gave themselves to something higher. They never gave themselves totally and completely toward this, you know, their life is on the line for the good of others. Maybe their reputations are on the line.
But what does that matter when it comes to your life? Doesn't mean shit. Don't you think?
Right.
Like to do the right thing. What the fuck does it matter what your reputation means?
Right. And now the Taliban has an air force.
Did you ever
overnight?
How do you like? How does that feel coming out of your mouth saying that sentence?
It's sickening. It's sickening that the very people who gave safe harbor and said, "Hey, Al Qaeda, come on in, fucking use us as your base."
To the people who carried out 9/11.
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe the people who rape and murder and have destroyed a country essentially with ideology.
Yes.
And our commander in chief just gave them more military capabilities than half the world has.
Yeah.
I think right now it's like the 16th largest army in the world, isn't it?
No, it's this. I think the technology they have makes them the 16th most weaponized military in the world. Was a stat I heard the other day. Not that they have as many, but it's it's a combination of the technology, the amount, and the variety of makes them the 16th most weaponized military in the world.
Yeah, and you know what? There's probably, as this was going on, there was probably Russians, Chinese that were embedded with the Taliban, just getting marched right in.
I saw them on elliptical machines in our base, and they were using them backwards.
You can't make this stuff up.
Anywhere else, this would be on TikTok.
I mean, I think
and it was.
Did you see one of the TikTok intern staffers for the White House?
Yes.
How about
that was the week before. That was last week.
What the fuck is this country coming to?
Oh, you gotta see it. Can you find the
volume
TikTok,
down first and then pull it up?
The TikTok sake thing.
Sake.
Oh, that was
Jen
the
Psaki.
TikTok.
Yeah, the dude. I don't want to besmirch anybody and how they want to live, but I mean, we are a fucking global superpower.
Well, but here's the difference.
You know what I mean?
There's a difference between people should be able to live their lives the way they want to, and you know, like it might look a little odd or feel a little odd, but whatever. You know, like go be yourself. But we're talking about somebody who is a representation of America, of the president, of the office of the president, the commander in chief. This is something that should have a little solemnity, however you say it. And this is what's so frustrating for me. I say this all the time over and over while they're pulling this up. You know, the thing I can't stand is hypocrisy. And the amount of people that are like, you know, Trump, the way he tweets or talks or memes is unpresidential. Here you go.
Yeah.
Really?
Freaking wild.
Can you give it a little bit of?
Hold on.
You muted the YouTube. All you gotta do is mute the computer. I got nothing. All right, turn that down.
Okay.
Well, you gotta turn the volume down up there. If you're gonna Jamie, you got a Jamie.
Nah.
The volume's
I
on the
remember
top
my
right.
first
So
time
you
trying to
got a
play a
Jamie.
video.
See the volumes?
Yeah,
Right
these.
in front of you. Yeah. So we knew this was coming this week. We knew that they were gonna fucking leave. Why would you release this?
All the people that are saying.
Can I ask you a question? Can I ask you an honest fucking question?
Let it rip.
That TikTok kid, if he was in Afghanistan right now, what would happen to him?
He'd be bent over a barrel and shown the 50 states, if you know what I'm saying.
From the talent from the people that have now taken power over there?
That maybe, or just stoned, killed, shot, raped, hung,
Yeah, some of
That
the interviews.
kid.
Oh, yeah.
So what you're saying right now is that
Thrown off a building.
it's a highly
dismembered,
possible,
something.
it's a highly possible probability that if that kid right now was in fucking Afghanistan, they would destroy him.
Dude,
Absolutely.
Do you remember when all the Israel Palestine stuff was going on? And
Yeah,
all these wokes are wearing their
I remember
free
all this.
Palestine.
I remember all this.
During Pride Month, free Palestine. In Palestine, if you're gay, you get thrown off a building. The only place in the Middle East where they have any kind of equality for gay people is Israel. And during Pride Month, during Pride marches, pro-Palestine. It's like everybody's just kind of lost their minds.
Yes.
Like the world is, I understand that not everything is black and white. I get that. And I understand that with progress comes some confusing things that might look a little different. They're hard to digest, but there seems to be, to me, some pretty basic things that are pretty common sense. You know, you have in a Joe Biden, somebody who campaigned on this whole equality, inclusiveness, you know, pro women's rights, all this stuff. And within 7 months has kind of thrown that all under the bus. Now women in Afghanistan are being literally right now stoned in the streets, sold into slavery, raped because they didn't cover their faces for 15 years while the Taliban wasn't in power.
Yeah.
This is insanity. Absolute backwards insanity.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, to us in America, yes, it might be insanity, but to them, right, that is the environment that they live in.
But that's why they're climbing on the outside of planes.
Yeah. So that's what I'm like, I always go back. I've always had an issue, like, you know, when America gets up and you know, takes over some other country, because every country is supposed to be sovereign. You know, we wouldn't want other countries coming in America telling us what to do.
Good luck
right?
trying.
Yeah. We wouldn't want other countries coming in America telling us what to do. So if you want to change something, and I've seen it done, like, you know, you have all these celebrities and stuff like that go into Africa and say, oh, we're going to build a school, or we're going to do this. And I'm like, have you actually gone to the ground to understand the people, to talk to them, to see what they really want, right? If you can't do that, and you can't go to the ground, you can't have a conversation to understand what they really want, then you're missing the point. Maybe this water is not what they want, but you know what? You guys are drinking from like a ceramic, whatever, and that's not cool. You should be drinking from a glass. So I'm going to give you a glass. Maybe that's not what they want, right? So understand them first.
I totally agree with you. I totally agree with you. And I don't think that I think we can all agree that democracy isn't for everybody.
I can agree with that. Democracy
Yeah,
is
I don't
for
think
everyone.
every culture can handle it.
Yeah, but who the fuck? I mean, this goes back to the point. It's like if we're gonna leave it in shambles, what was the point of going there? Do you know what I mean? It's like if you're gonna, they're better off now than when we went there.
Absolutely.
But in 1 week, that's over.
But but you got to ask yourself, what was the reason they went there? What was the reason America went there?
Well, originally we
place?
went because they were harboring bin Laden and Al Qaeda.
For me, I think
That was the reason given.
that, yes, for me, that's what I think. I mean, look, listen, these guys have the poppy seeds and stuff like that we use in.
Yeah, I think it's 90% of the international non-pharmaceutical drug trade is
exactly
theirs.
we use in like all our pharmaceuticals and stuff like that. So you got to understand that part as well. So America has a special interest. Like I remember when Obama was first elected and he chose to go to Ghana first, right? I mean, you're thinking, okay, having like
You mean his birthplace? I'm kidding. I'm totally kidding. I'm totally kidding. I'm totally kidding.
Same country.
Same country.
You know,
yeah.
like having like you know, a Kenyan heritage and stuff like that. You would think that he would go to Kenya first, but he chose to go to Ghana. And I remember I was talking to one of my friends, and I'm like, you know what? They had just found oil in Ghana. Mm-hmm. They had just found oil in Ghana, and now like America is so like embedded. I mean, they've been embedded in Ghana for some time now, but they are even more embedded in Ghana, like, you know, talking about, you know, gay rights and all of these things. And I'm like, that is not the culture. That's not the culture. You got to go and understand their culture first. You can't just uproot your culture, and put it on somebody else. You know, that's not how it's done.
Yes, but at the same time, too, I think that there has to be a healthy balance because, you know, if you look at...
would you like it done here?
No, I would not. But that being said...
I just see the argument.
Let me play argument. I understand the argument 100%, but let me play devil's advocate. You know, you go back to, you know, Nazi Germany. If we had known at the time only what they were doing to the Jewish population, the black population, the gay population, if that's all that we knew about it, okay? If it wasn't, oh, well, they've attacked, you know, Czechoslovakia, or they're bombing London, you know, none of that, just what we knew that they were doing in the concentration camps, if that's all we knew, would it be the right moral thing to go and end that?
So yes, I think
it's not as simple as
I think you have to always ask the question, what's the moral good? You always have to ask
and
that
does
question.
Your morality...
I think a lot of people use morality to benefit themselves to it. That is beyond...
Beyond what?
Morality. It's more about interest.
It's a religious view.
Morality is.
Well, no. I'm saying like the bad guys, like Taliban, like that's why we're there to. I mean, not to eliminate the religious view, but it's Anna, right? Aja. Aja, what's your religion?
I'm Christian.
Amen. I'm Christian. So I think it.
Wouldn't it be really awkward? He's like, I actually believe in Islam. After everything we've talked about, he's like, yeah.
No.
Well, this is awkward for everyone.
I have a ton of friends. Like I have so many friends from Saudi Arabia. Most of them went to University of Scranton.
Yeah.
I actually have a guy, one of my really good friends. He doesn't tell people where he was born. Because of whatever, I don't want to mention stuff. So, but like I've seen and I've heard him talk about, you know, the Palestinians and you know, Israelis and stuff like that, because he's from that region, you know, and I understand him. Like from the American point of view, sometimes I'm like, no, you're lying. But then when I have a conversation with him, I'm like, wow, I understand where you're coming from. Right. So like for me, all I'm just saying is sometimes it's good to talk to people. And when you talk, you can understand their story. You can understand where they're coming from. If from what you were saying, if it had to do with, you know, we are going in there to do some moral good, then I get it. But if you're trying to change a culture, no, you shouldn't do that. But if
so, wait, like, you were going to say something.
We went there for Bin Laden, and then we needed to stay there until we got him right. And I think it kind of just evolved into something else, and we started learning and knowing more about this. And I mean, for them to just do what I'm not going to bet on anything that the Taliban says. They're liars. They always have been. They're scumbags. And I believe that they should be scalped and skinned in public.
Yeah.
But the American public doesn't have the stomach to do that. And I think what we all know, like if we have the capabilities to do good for others, why not do it? So when these people are over there executing people, like there's videos, they're actually executing people now. We can go in there and fuck them up. And I don't know why we're not doing it.
I saw, was it Tim Kennedy? I know he served in some branch, but he put up a little tweet the other day. He's like, guys, they're literally all in the same place right now.
Yeah.
This wouldn't be that hard. Give us a clearance, give us a plane, we'll take care of the rest.
And I understand your point of view. I want you to...
And I'm not disagreeing with your point of view. I agree as an American.
Both fucking things can be right.
Well, that's the thing. It's you know, as an American and somebody who loves the American way of life, the American way of thinking, I don't want anybody telling me what to do. I don't want anybody telling me how to raise my kids. I don't want people telling me what to do.
Yep.
That
so
being said,
why tell somebody else?
But that being said, I'm also not out there raping people. Because if I'm out there raping people,
but that's it. But
good guys with a gun get to tell me to stop.
But honestly, then go to Newark. Go to like some parts of New Jersey.
But as Andy said, it's
oh my gosh, it's a real thing, and people need to wake up to this. They absolutely need to wake up. This is a worldwide thing. It's not just there.
Yeah.
But getting back to the subject at hand, Afghanistan, and what a week, Alex. I've never met you. My name's Andy.
Oh, he thought you guys fucking met each other.
No, I've heard good things.
Why don't you get near the microphone and not be an hour and a half late?
Yeah, I didn't know. I didn't know I was late.
Were we about to leave?
But
I know.
One thing that we're not talking about yet.
Let's talk about it.
Lithium.
What does that mean? Oh, the batteries.
Yeah.
Lithium.
The mineral.
Not
Are we about to get into a Afghani conspiracy theory?
No, it's not a conspiracy theory.
Oh, really?
Oh no, they have huge mineral deposits of lithium.
They actually even found one in I forget what African country as well.
Good.
Recently.
Good. Then we don't need Afghanistan.
We're going to be attacking that country soon.
Yeah.
Here's another interesting byproduct of what has happened recently. I think there was a lot of warning that if they did what they did, we'd be in the predicament that we're in. I think it's been happening for about a year that they've been warning, and I'm sure a lot of people knew prior to that. I find it very interesting that within about 12 hours of the Taliban taking over Kabul, I don't know if I said that right, China has acknowledged them as an actual government. Within 12 hours after that, England did, which now you have two G7 members who have legitimized the Taliban within 12 to 24 hours of the falling of that because there's an interest there.
Mm-hmm.
Am I wrong in thinking that the might and the power and the moral fiber or whatever the view was around the world in the last week has been severely depleted?
I think people need to wake up to the fact that Islam is real and it has infiltrated all across the globe.
Do you think that's the number one threat in the world right now?
No, because a lot of them don't have the balls to do it.
They do now in Afghanistan.
Well, not actually to fight,
right.
But like, hey, if they want to bring it here, I'm pretty sure that there's at least 200 million.
Well, China is committing.
Isn't it the fastest like growing religion in the world?
Yes, or one of the biggest.
No. We're not talking about being a Muslim. We're talking about Islam.
Yeah, very different.
Like radical.
Yeah,
I mean, if you split it like radical, but I mean, you could also say you have the radical like Christians as well,
right?
Like, especially
right.
like
I mean, they're the Westboro Church, Baptist churches are out there.
They're not killing people,
but they're not killing people. They're just
they just went to Home Depot and got glitter. They're not
killing people.
Westboro Baptist Church is not killing people.
What's the one with the Koreans? They're at a
the
Honesdale.
Moon Church that's like 30 minutes from here.
At a Honesdale, yeah.
Okay,
where they do the blessings of the AKs or ARs.
I went to Car Arms because I heard they had a bunch of ammo during all the shutdowns. They didn't shut down for anything. And while we were out there, we saw a picture of the guy on the wall with like his camo tuxedo. I'm like, this guy's wild. The church was like 10 miles from there, so me and my brother-in-law decided to go visit. I would suggest rolling up to a church that's like a gun cult. No, that's not a good idea just to drive up.
They were the ones that had the the Trump 2020 banners downtown on the O'Neill bypass, all that. I was like, this is fascinating. I was
like,
it
was a religious group?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like a cult. It's like an arm of
Church of the Iron
Christian, like Protestant Christian,
something
that started out in like South Korea, I think. And like Ji Sung Moon was the guy who started it. So the church is called they're called the Moonies.
What?
It's bizarre, man.
But the name is like the Church of the Iron something.
The Church of the Iron Sword.
Yes.
And So the whole idea is they are kind of an apocalyptical. They when you look at theology, you look at the Bible, they're kind of apocalyptical as far as what they believe. They believe that the church is not prepared, like most people. And we kind of, I know he is, I am, you are, you're saying, you are, I don't know what these two heathens over here believe, but, like everybody kind of has an opinion and a view on what the point of the church is or being a Christian is. My vein being Baptist that I grew up in was like, you're supposed to like tell people about Jesus and help them.
Is it BAB?
Bab?
Yeah.
ABWE?
No, is it Baptist or Baptist?
Well, I say it weird because I'm from Tennessee. I don't know.
The South.
It's Baptist.
It's Baptist.
BAP.
BAP.
Yeah, I know, but I always
BAP.
hear him going Baptist.
Yeah, but that's him.
Well,
It's like a BABDIST.
No. He's probably from the Middle East. They can't say P.
yeah.
They say
I have to go eat.
Bebsy. I want Bebsy.
So anyway, these guys, these Moonies, their whole
Aja
point
made
is,
a racism.
Aja did a racist.
Yay! You're now in the group.
But their whole point is they
Welcome.
think that,
We've finally indoctrinated you. We've brainwashed you.
yeah,
All right,
so
keep going.
These guys, they think that their whole point of being a church is preparing for Armageddon.
But like the
That's
physical,
kind of their
time.
Armageddon. So like
No, like they
my-
train religiously with weapons.
Yeah.
Like
this-
it's like
the irony.
grandmas like rolling on the ground doing 3-gun scenarios. It's bizarre.
My religion prepares your soul. They
Yeah.
physically prepare for
Yeah, they're
Armageddon.
preparing for war.
They want to kill the 4 horsemen.
Yeah, because God is the iron sword that will smite other nations, and they are the rod of iron church.
Yes.
Wow.
Out of
You think God is going to use you?
Me?
I don't know.
You,
I mean,
me in
no.
particular? No.
I always like the idea.
South
I always like the
Korean
idea.
general.
I always like the idea that if God is on your side, how can anybody be against that? And both sides say it.
I get that.
Yeah. No.
I'll tell you what I do. I ask God all the time, use me as an instrument, as you wish.
Yeah.
I always do that every day, every morning. 2 things. I do that, and then I always say, how can I love people? How can I love today?
With your mouth.
Yeah.
Yeah, you say words. That's all I'm saying. You just say words.
This is why
You just say,
he's going to hell.
You just say words.
Yeah.
You're just like, I love you. I just want you to know
There's
that.
a lot of humility in that mentality, though.
Mm.
Of use me as an instrument.
Yeah.
There's a lot of
There
humility
is.
in that. You have to be humble to have that kind of belief.
Yes.
You don't have to be humble to be one of these people that we've been talking about in Afghanistan.
No.
You have to be very self-centered and full. Like
And militant.
to think that you know so much right that you're willing to treat another human being that way is mind-boggling.
But
as much
but
as
with-
I want to talk about like doomsday cults and you know crazy shit that I say, I really think that I really think that like it's really important to talk to somebody like you to help people understand, like, you know, it's like trying to have somebody describe to you like the Grand Canyon, but it's better to take it from somebody who's been there.
Yeah.
You know, so I don't know. I know that I'm a lapsed liberal. I know that I'm not in that place anymore, and I'm not like hardcore Republican anymore, or any less. I'm kind of in the middle, and you know, it seems like for the last 4 years, we didn't go to war.
Yeah.
We were just saying, hey, don't do that.
Don't do
And
that.
there was a certain guy that said, hey, don't do that.
We did get into a little bit, like very quietly. I think there was a group of special forces guys that kind of went and took care of ISIS.
Not a war.
Yeah, but they
Not
kind
a
of
war.
quietly went and took care of ISIS.
Oh.
I don't think that was that
But
quiet.
outside of that, it was. I mean,
But he stopped it.
that's the thing.
He stopped ISIS in the Middle East.
One of the a guy that I served with, I believe it's Master Sergeant Payne, Payne.
That's a great name.
Yeah, right.
Also a great
Isn't it
movie.
a movie? Yeah.
Major
No.
Payne's a great movie.
He, so I
Major
served with
Payne.
this guy in 1st Ranger Battalion. He got the Medal of Honor for fighting ISIS and saving people out of burning buildings. Pretty cool.
But to go to
Speaking of
Marky's
that.
question, what is your thought on that? I mean, you know, and we've said this a lot. You go
Weakness
back
is
throughout
not
the,
a good thing.
Yeah, you go through the modern history of America, no new wars, because a guy literally tweeted, "Don't do that shit."
Don't do it. Don't do it. We'll fuck you up. I mean,
Yeah.
seriously. It was
it was
no
Twitter
one-
diplomacy, yeah, but it worked.
no one wants to get punched in the face, right? I mean, I don't want to get punched in the face, but
Right.
if there's some dude somewhere that is being an asshole, like even if he can beat me up, all right, cool. I'm going to get punched in the face because I'm going to try to stop that person from being a piece of shit. In some way, in any scenario, it doesn't matter. If I see someone getting picked on, it's just how it is. I mean, I don't know. God bless America.
But here's the thing, though, right? In the olden days, war actually boosted the economy, and that's why a lot of people go to war.
Oh, it still does.
It was
Yeah.
not so much like in today's day. You know, there are other things that you could do. Look at China right now. China is growing. They're not going to war with anybody.
No, because they did it all from the inside.
Do you know what I'm saying? So there's like better ways you could do that. So like
Right,
now it's not important. It's not as important to go to war. compared to like, I don't know, 50 years ago, whatever.
We should tell the 80,000 people that are stuck in Afghanistan right now that we're not willing to go in and fucking fight for them. This is going to turn into fucking 2.0.
There's 80,000 Americans in there?
And allies, interpreters.
Wow.
Yeah, we already told them, hey,
Europeans.
Bye.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
and now we're saying we can't get them out.
We should have done that a long time
British
ago.
Army.
Yeah, but we can only worry about the things that we can only worry about the things that we can do today. Yesterday we were supposed to fucking learn from. That's why we have history.
Yeah.
Right.
Those that don't heed it.
The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result. What do you think? These fucking military people didn't know that this would happen?
1975 Laos.
So that's why I totally agree with him in the beginning. What he said, they should have planned it, right? The exit strategy should have been.
It was. And then another administration came and said, "Yep, take all that shit off the table. We're doing it our way."
Yeah. So I mean, still, like I know, it still should have been planned.
But
they should have had like
in the same respect. Look at we have what would have happened after World War II if we didn't leave military bases in Europe and in Spain and build that. Would it have been the same? What if we just packed up all our shit and left? The Russians would have went all the way to the other seaboard. Patton wanted to keep going. Patton wanted to go all the way to Russia. He wanted to go to the other ocean. I mean, hindsight's 20/20, but damn, it's freaking just madness.
Well, that's the thing. Once you break it, you have to fix it, and you have to, listen, war is inevitable. I mean, you talk about World War II. Like Germany was destroyed. I mean, destroyed from two sides. We had an agreement. We split it up. We rebuilt it, and we are still there to this day. Mm-hmm. There are still American bases in England to this day. All over.
We're young.
Everywhere.
That's why the world doesn't like us. We're 200 and as we said, 40 years old.
I don't know. I don't know. I went to public school.
15-year-old.
So I've had this conversation.
Too much testosterone.
245.
So I've had this conversation recently with people about the age of America. Sure. But then you look at Italy. And they've only had their current government since post-World War II. Greece,
but they've had an identity.
Oh, identity, yeah.
We didn't have an identity. We made it up.
Right.
Which is why I think we can make it up for everybody else.
That's why I was watching these people from all over the world, right? Because I'm like, I need a fucking VPN. I don't want anybody telling me what the fuck is going besides
What's a VPN?
A virtual protocol network.
Yeah.
Oh. It allows you to watch Netflix in Canada, but they censor it anyway. So what's the point?
Or in Greece on Tuesday.
I'm watching these people from all around the world going like, what the fuck are you guys doing? Like, you're a beacon of hope. Like, if America goes to shit, everybody's fucked. Everybody's fucked.
Well, this
Australia's
whole idea of freedom.
Britain, it's all of it. It doesn't fucking matter.
We're it. Mm-hmm. We're it.
It's not just the idea of freedom. Do
you think so?
Absolutely. 1,000%.
Global economy, all that stuff.
I don't want to contribute to those pieces of shit over there that want to rape little boys and do all those things. I don't want my country to have anything to do with that. I don't think we should supply them.
I'm with you.
No, you're on your own.
And I think that, I don't know, if you fuck with us, we're gonna blast you to the Stone Age.
Yeah.
We should.
Yeah, but we'll let you do your things, but don't fuck with us.
Have you seen the rate at which China is growing and how they are infiltrating into like all these other countries?
Yeah, dude, we're gonna be Chinese soon.
So that's what I'm saying. Like when you say like if America is gone, like the whole world, I don't think so. I mean, for me, this is what I think, right? And being a Christian as well, I understand that kingdoms are gonna come to an end. There's only one kingdom that would never end, and that's God's kingdom. So every kingdom is gonna come to an end. So looking at history, we've seen it. Every kingdom.
There's a contradiction in the terms. All kingdoms will end except for one.
Yeah, because he's a creator, right? He created everything. So that's his kingdom. I mean, that's what I believe. That's what I read. I read in the scriptures. Mm-hmm. And you read Daniel, you go read the book of Daniel and you see it in there. And all the things that Daniel talked about when he spoke with the king after he interpreted his dream, it's all coming to pass. So I think America's had its turn, and the whole like American supremacy in the world is starting to die down now because not everybody is buying into it, right?
No, because China bought into it,
China didn't buy into the American freedom.
They They're in the universities, the businesses, the media.
All right.
You know, I mean, they're infiltrated.
Yeah, they're infiltrated. Yeah,
not bought into as in agreed with.
Yeah, so not a lot of people are buying into that. What our politicians, which I think they are all scumbags, what our politicians need to understand, because like all of us that you've been to, like, you know, you've been to college, whatever, high school, and you've read books, you've read like history books, you've read, you know, like philosophies and things like that. You understand this is happening right now, is about to happen. And then what you need to do, like every single business, if something is changing, you need to pivot. You need to strategize. You need to sit down and say, okay, what is happening? How can I turn things around? And that is where I don't think our politicians are doing. They don't want to pivot. They still want to be like, I mean, I'm a Christian, so I don't want to use those words, but they want to be like a-holes.
You could use, it's okay if you're a Christian. A priest once told me, he said, you can say whatever you want. Just don't use the Lord's name in vain. Don't blasphemize him. And I go, no shit, Father.
What if you said no shit, fuckwit? Would that have been okay?
He would have been fine with that.
See, you're all right.
He would have been fine with that.
God ain't gonna judge you.
As long as you're not going out there, you know, saying bad things about Christianity, speaking down about it, and all that good stuff. You know,
so it's a thing. Like we all need to wake up, not just the politicians, like all of us. And that's why one of the reasons I enjoy these conversations. Right,
bro, because if I had a six pack like I did in the military, I'd have my shirt off and I'd be pointing right at my chest right now. I have a big.
I'd be doing shots out of your belly button.
I have a big old red cross that says Sigilla Militum Expressi on it.
What does that mean?
Seal of the Soldier of Christ.
Let's go to CrossFit.
Yeah, right.
We can go to my garage right now.
I think
that's a defeatist mentality.
What?
I think what Aja was just saying is a defeatist mentality.
How is that?
I don't think we need to pivot. I think that we have politicians and we have leaders in this country who have chosen to take the safe route or take the easy route
or the most beneficial to themselves.
Route. That's it.
Rather than stand up and do the right thing. Slavery is easy. Freedom is hard. That's a really shitty thing to say, but it's really easy when your meals are provided. You know where you're going. You're told what to do, what you can and can't do. Everything's provided for you. As long as you do what we tell you to do, everything's taken care of. But when you have a freedom that is sink or swim, that is hard.
So when I'm talking about the pivot, I'm not saying, oh yeah, pivot and capitulate. That's not what I'm talking about.
Are you saying like pivot because the world is changing?
Yeah, the world is changing.
Right.
So
it shouldn't be changing in that way.
Need to understand.
It shouldn't be changing to having to give. If pivoting is giving up freedom,
No. I'm not talking about giving up freedom. I'm just talking about. So it's like, take a business, right? The coronavirus, something happened. So now businesses are starting to understand that. Listen, especially those that were not online, right? I'm like, oh, okay. So now I need to be online. There are things that I need to do.
Unless you're Walmart, Target, or Home Depot.
There are things.
Because apparently it's safe to go there, but it's just the small businesses that don't have campain dollars that are dangerous.
But it's the same paid for. But it's the same ideology, right? Because you understand that things are changing, so you need to shift.
They shouldn't be changing.
Doesn't mean. Yeah, but we
have to let him finish his thought.
We evolve always. America has been evolving. How many amendments have we had to the Constitution?
I think what you're saying is you have to change with the times.
Exactly my point. Exactly my point. Not capitulate. Capitulate is different. Capitulate is like, yeah, you know what? I'm done. I surrender.
Yeah. So
I understand. Go ahead, Ed.
The Constitution is the framework. Is the framework that we must build upon and make better for everyone, so everyone can understand freedom.
And I understand what you're saying about like changing with the times. So that's why that's why we have these iPads instead of printing presses.
I'd rather have an abacus.
Evolving with time. But the idea is, but the idea is, you still are allowed to say what you want.
Go where you want.
Technology is going to change. Things are going to evolve.
The basic principles aren't changing.
The ideas of, and this is how crazy it is, Aja. The president of the United States has been banned from all social media and communication. The spokesman for the Taliban, who is currently raping and murdering people in Afghanistan, is all over Twitter.
that go ask him.
I think look,
that is the problem. That is the problem.
I think here, look, fuck.
What happened?
I got to put the brakes on this real quick. I think the thing that everyone is agreeing on is we don't like hypocrisy.
Oh, 100%.
We don't like people talking to us about through both sides of their fucking mouth. And I think
this is what happens. I get one or two drinks.
And I think, but here's like the crazy thing about what everybody's talking about is you're all fucking right.
Yeah,
you're all right.
Yeah,
me especially.
You know, it's just we. You know, the problem with everybody being all right, not all right, like all right,
all
correct, is that somebody is that unfortunately a decision needs to be made. And the decision that needs to be made is for the betterment of everyone.
Right. Now, I believe that those decisions were already made.
Yeah.
And we are 100 times removed from those decisions. Yeah. And we are a month or 2 months or maybe even 5 years behind what is actually going to happen. I don't want some asshole over in Germany or Spain or Italy or whatever to tell our people, you know what, we're going to do this. And you know what? This is how it should be done. For the betterment
when you say
of
those
the world.
Decisions have already been made, what do you mean?
I don't know, New World Order, like New World Order type stuff, like not like conspiracy theory.
Those Bilderberg groups.
Yeah, it's wild.
No, it's literally. I mean, it's not hard to believe that seven of the seven leaders of the world's biggest nations get together and they don't plot a thing ever.
Well, I think it's beyond that. I mean, let's get into conspiracy.
No, I don't want to get into. I don't want to get. We're here to talk about Afghanistan.
All that craziness. They all get together and talk about.
Yes, it's no different. It's no different than everybody sitting down. But the influence of someone else, who when you treat them as an equal.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, there is a little chest puffy about America, and there should be.
Well, yeah, we're the beacon of freedom.
But when you're like, oh, I just want to sit at the cool kids table, and like Aja says, in those situations, I think there is capitulation.
And this is the thing: Americans don't understand, and they're arrogant to the fact that this is the cool kids table of the world. This is it,
not the other way around.
Yeah,
exactly.
I agree.
Because right now the storyline is America sucks, coming from everywhere the ether of America. It's like,
they fucking suck. Bring it. Fuck with us. We're gonna fuck you up.
No, I'm saying even from within America, though, there seems to be this weird ideology among the wokes that America sucks because we're not willing to have only transgender bathrooms, or we had slavery at the same time the whole rest of the world had slavery, or all of these things. Like, it's like, oh, America's the worst. The patriarchy. It was built for white men. Listen, yeah, we're not perfect, but we're crushing everybody else.
Yep. And I want it forever. I want the world to understand.
Well, you want your son to grow up in that.
Oh my God, yeah. I don't want him to see war. I don't want him to see the things I've seen. Fuck no.
But as long as we keep dicking around.
Who knows? Who knows where next year's going to be?
Hey, who knows where next week's going to be? Because 2 weeks ago, the world was just like, hey, did you see that guy on TikTok at the White House?
Crazy.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
Good times create weak men.
And I think
I still don't know what
weak men create hard times.
Hard times create good men.
Here's what I do know is that we should only worry about the people here right now in America. Like, that should be our primary focus. We shouldn't be focused on, changing the world.
I'm thinking about something.
I kind of disagree. I think we should be focused on people that have a similar mindset. Americans. Yep. If there are people fighting for freedom somewhere in the world, it's the American way to go help them. If they want our help.
Good.
Right.
If
because I was going to jump
stay
on
out
that.
of it.
If they don't want your help, don't go. Don't go.
Yep.
But yeah.
I mean, we got better toys, but whatever.
Yeah. I'm happy. I'm happy that I can play Xbox when I can. I'm happy that I'm speaking to this microphone.
It makes you feel good, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Do you hear it like go into your barrows of your?
Yeah.
It's nice, and then when you're like right here, it's not so good. But when you're right here, it's like
it's in there.
You're like, I feel bassy. I feel like Barry White. I feel like Barry White on what's the opposite of helium that makes your voice go lower?
Nitrous.
No, Dan, that was just so we could.
That was just in college.
That's so we could avoid our parents for 10 seconds. What do you think? In your best guess, knowing the what it's like over there, I'm sure you still talk to some people from your time there, and maybe they talk to people that are there now. I don't know, right. But what do you? I don't see any circumstance here where the end result is good.
No, people are going to get hurt. People get hurt every day in this world, and we need to focus our power on how we can make it better. I mean, speaking of the podcast, right? It's called What a Week. 2 weeks ago in Scranton, a kilo of cocaine, well, just under a kilo of cocaine and just under a kilo of fentanyl was found a block away from my place of business. Not a peep out of the Scranton Police Department.
A kilo of fentanyl?
Wait,
Yeah,
how come we didn't find out about it?
Oh, it was in the paper. It wasn't front page. It wasn't front page shit.
That's a big deal.
It's enough to kill 500,000 people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it's madness. It's madness. The powers that be have us so torn apart in different ways to where we forgot to care about our communities, and not for the agenda of whatever people want and whatever party want and whatever the party is planning for. It's wild. I really do believe our local government, all the way up to our state government, all the way up to our federal government, I believe that there is a worldwide push for a certain party, and they already have it in place. Alex, you know, you're running for city council. You probably never thought that it would be like the way it is.
Oh, it's insane.
Are you really running for city council?
Fuck off.
Here comes the guy from Africa's country.
Every week, Asha makes fun of me, but
I don't know what's going on though.
I've been threatened already by party people, and not the Republican Party. And it's amazing how they just kind of want to further their agenda with a couple of people. Oh, this guy's going to get in, and that's good. We want this guy.
Right.
And it's not the global we. It's like a couple, old heads. And it's absurd. It's really absurd. And like part of it is discerning. And I'm like, I don't really want to do this. I don't need the money. I don't need any of it. I don't need the headache. But I can't just sit back and watch the same fucking thing happen week after week after week. And I'm like, enough. Like, they just don't care. Like, during the pandemic, did you talk to anybody who's on council? Do like anything?
No, they hid away the whole time.
I didn't see them at restaurants downtown. I was there picking up takeout. No. I mean, if they did, good for them, but I didn't hear anything from my other fellow businessmen, and it's like, hey, where are you? They need you.
Well, I think we also, especially locally, have a broken culture of politics.
Oh, it's insane.
It's not about, service. It's not about leadership. It's about what can you do for me?
Right.
And
absolutely.
It's an ego grab, and it's a really broken. It's really broken.
Andy, you ran.
What do you mean? What
council.
Can you do for me? Are you talking about like what can you do for me?
Wait, hold on. We can't have 1,200 people talking at the same time.
So Andy had run for council, and what was your experience like?
My experience is like if you didn't have the right people in your back pocket, if you didn't have the right people that lived on a certain street in a certain section of town, that you needed to work.
Yeah.
You needed to work. If you didn't have people that on the state party that were just kind of, hey, you should do this. You should really do this because you'd be good at it. And they're already involved with the party. Like, it's wild. It's wild to experience. And you see these people that just, they will navigate to someone. And then you start seeing more people and you're like, oh, so those two. Oh, wait, holy shit, it's those three. Holy shit, it's those four. And then you start seeing all these people and you're like, wow. It is a huge freaking charade.
It's a web, and they want to keep it the way it is because they're benefiting from it. The people involved and entangled in the web are happy the way it is. They don't want to see, somebody like me, what is it, in the wise words of DJ Khaled, they don't want you to win, and that's one of those things. But I'm going to I'm going to push my hardest. And if I get in, I get in. If Heather gets in, she gets in. And I'm just going to keep going. And if not, I'm going to rattle as many cages as I can. And I still laugh. I rattled the Biden Street cage. Not that we talk about it every week, but that's when the threats.
That was so 3 weeks ago, Alex.
I know. That's when the threat started, and it was like, you want to be on the right side of this, or I control this neighborhood and this neighborhood and this, and if you want that voting block, whatever. And it's like, bro, like, you're nobody. And then I laid off, but the citizens spoke up, and the majority of the citizens that I've spoken to till this day, I have yet to meet one, and I interact with hundreds of people who live in Scranton, and nobody wants the street, especially now, below 50% approval rating. And what
Wait, I never even fucking
on?
thought about that. Remember
What?
I said in the podcast, I'm like, you can't give it to him while he's alive. He still has time to fuck up.
Oh my
And
God,
here we are.
He's done so good at
I
it.
never even put Afghanistan
Below-
to Biden Street.
Oh, yeah.
50%.
Are you kidding
Oh,
me?
yeah.
Seriously?
That was the first thing I thought
Oh,
of.
my
It was
God.
not. I was like, holy shit, there's going to be a lot of dead people.
Dude,
that was my
it's
first
only the
thought.
beginning. It's
Yeah.
only the beginning.
But I mean, you're looking at globally dead people, and you're
Hey,
looking
can we
at
go ask them to
globally.
reconsider?
we should go to the first city council meeting and just read off a list of
Wanna
just
go with
us?
Wanna go with us?
Come with
failures.
us. Come with us.
Want to
It'll be
go with
fun.
us and read?
Yeah.
Okay.
See, I just don't understand. Like, and they're so narrow-minded. Like,
Completely.
whose idea was it to just say, we're going to name Spruce Street after that?
Anyone on that committee
Right. But
who's
what?
Irish?
Well, okay, so you just got a street. Guys, let's think better, right? Like, you're supposed to be elected for the people to
Yes.
make our people better and to make the city better in a way. We've been talking about bringing passenger rail back for decades.
Yeah.
Name a railway after them.
Right.
Or,
I said
A
the
high
heritage.
school, a
Something.
park.
Something that's good for everyone.
Yeah.
Name a railway after the man.
Yeah.
I mean, whatever. He says he's from here, and you know what? He took the first train out of here, and his dad took the first train out of
Right.
here as
And
soon
never-
as he
and never
realized
came
that.
back.
Right.
Yeah.
They come back here
with his
for
hands
votes,
open.
and I'm a Democrat, and people yell at me, "You're not a Democrat." No, I'm just not your kind of Democrat.
Exactly.
Like it's madness. It's madness.
Yeah. I was sharing with someone that
You're a Democrat?
Yeah, you just
Fuck.
caught me by surprise.
I was
Fuck.
no, I
know.
was sharing with someone that majority of America, and I think I said it last week too. Like everybody is in the middle. Like I think majority of America
yeah.
is in the middle. It's only like the 2% left, like extreme left, and 2% extreme
I
right.
call it 20%, but yeah,
Like,
the 60
extreme
in the
right.
middle, yeah.
And then when you look at the middle, so it's like 96%. I think about 52% is center right. Kind of like you're a Democrat, but I think because of your Christian values and everything,
Oh yeah, I thought you
there
were
are certain
Republican.
things. There's certain things that you lean a little bit more right.
Dude,
Not everybody fits in the hole, man.
No,
There's
no,
Venn
but-
diagrams. There's a lot of people
Right.
in
Yeah,
the middle
no,
and
yeah,
they're being
but-
neglected.
But if you take all Venn diagrams and you put it together, almost everything in the world, it's like a normal curve.
Mhm.
Almost everything in the world is a normal curve. It's like this, it goes like that. Right. So you still gonna have some people right there, some people all the way to the left, and then you're gonna have some people very middle, and then a little bit shifted to the right, so everything. So we are all like a bell curve.
What do you think is I don't know, man. I honestly, like, for the first time in a long time, I'm like, who could see this clusterfuck coming? And what's it going to mean? Like, what's it going to mean around the world? What's it going to mean one of the things I thought was like every country who we said we got your back are now going to go, they might not have our back.
Yeah, we
Right.
look weak.
yes.
And you know what they're going to do? They're going to make deals with people who ain't us.
Mhm.
Yep.
And then next thing you know what happens? We get thrown off the island on Survivor.
Yep.
Ooh.
It's already happening.
Not at the cool kids table.
China. Yeah, I mean, China is growing so fast. China is growing so fast, and they're not doing it with military.
Mm-mm.
They're not
Commerce.
doing it with military.
Our
Commerce.
pharmaceuticals,
I mean,
our supplies, our couches, our beds, everything.
Our technology, our phones.
Our chips, their
Like,
chips.
I remember.
When
was
does-
it?
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, sorry. You were gonna say something.
Nope.
No,
You
so
said
like,
when
was it
was-
2012 or 2012? Like, I haven't been to Ghana in a long time, and I went when my mom passed away, and I saw things that the Chinese were doing in Ghana, and like it just made me like I sat back and I'm like, oh, I don't agree with them, but I understand why a lot of African countries are allowing them to come in. Because then I started comparing it to, to the British, to the Americans that have been there since, like after the British. And all the things that the Chinese are doing is totally different. It's totally different. So they come, obviously, yes, they're taking your natural resources away, but they try to build something.
They're creating
They try
infrastructure.
they try to build something to say, hey, we're giving you something back, right? So now you have all these countries in the world that are like, oh, so they need money. Where do they go? Even America borrows money from
Oh, yeah.
China. So they need money. they go to China. And then the Chinese are like, you know what? I'm going to have a railway infrastructure in your country. I'm going to build it. And then this is what you're going to do. And then you're going to give me this. And then they come in. So they're not using military might. And to me, that when I talked about earlier, like, you know, we need to understand the shift, what is happening in the world and how things are shifting, and that we need to pivot as well. It wasn't about, you know, when I was talking about capitulating, it's more about that, to try to understand where the world is, how the world is working. And then we can build, like, what, 50, 60, 70 years ago, we started industries. And that is why a lot of people came here. And that's one of the reasons we had the power. So now start thinking, you know what, things are changing. So what else can we touch that we could change, and not necessarily military?
Ooh, I know. We can start making microchips here in America again, like they did in the 80s and early 90s.
That'd be nice.
But not
It's a good start.
Yep.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, I mean, that is what I'm talking about. Like, you know, we need to sit back and kind of ask ourselves for real, like, what do we really want, and how can we affect, like, or impact this world?
We've fallen victim to globalization. I
don't think that's it, man.
Oh, no. Follow me down this rabbit hole.
Okay.
So let's.
Andy's got a heart out, so we
I
have
know.
to, yeah.
I'll be quick and short and sweet.
Only had 6 though.
So
You only have sex?
Yeah, sex.
nice.
Oh, okay.
Do you have a sex date
Yeah.
at
Yeah.
5:30?
There you go.
No.
So Germany, right? Modern Germany, International Monetary Fund is run by Germany.
The IMF,
Okay.
which is Klaus Schwab.
Yes. So
Jesus. Oh, smarty pants over here.
I always say to people, I was like, Germany may have lost World War II with guns, but they won with money. Who's in control of the entire European Union? Germany. Who dictates what your country can manufacture and what it can't? Germany. Okay, so now flip this around a little bit. United States, globalization. Where do well, I don't know about your shirt, but where's your watch come from? Where your shorts come from?
China.
Where do your sneakers come
I
from?
don't know.
Where do those headphones
China.
come from?
I don't know. Well, it's a lot
They're
of
not
questions.
here. We're not making them. We
China,
are no longer a
Indonesia.
nation of manufacturers. We're a nation of consumers, and we're maybe not us in this room, but we are bred to be fat fucks who work just enough to buy shit online. You know, as the saying goes, buy shit you don't need to impress people you don't like, blah, 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 blah. But that's where we are. We have fallen to that. We went from a nation of building tanks and skyscrapers and shit like that and you know, innovating to now, no, well, you know, Japan's good at this, so let's Japan make our phone. And Germany's good at this, so let Germany make our, you know, Braun buzzer or whatever. You know, so what do we make?
So now you're talking about comparative advantage and competitive advantage, right? Which is all important, which you have to understand that like, listen, he runs a business.
Yeah.
If somebody could do something cheaper,
Right.
he's going to hire that person to do it cheaper.
Absolutely.
Right. So that is what is happening. So when you get to a certain place in economy, you need to understand that, okay, you know what, especially the businesses,
Right.
okay, I'm paying somebody $25 an hour, or let's reduce it to $10. I'm paying somebody $10 an hour to make this, right? And then I'm selling it for $15 or whatever. But you know what? I actually could send it to China and they could build it for $3.
Right.
And I can still sell it for $15.
So the problem.
So I'll make more money. So now
I don't do that. My family's been in business in Scranton
But a
since
lot of-
1905, and I don't do that. We don't do that.
but a lot of businesses do that.
Right.
That is business. That is.
And
I
you're-
think.
that
I
is
think.
business.
Hold on.
Sacrificing
Hold on.
quality.
I think businesses that are usually publicly traded do that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I think the majority of America is
Yeah.
small business.
Quantity.
And they don't do that.
Quality. I
But
mean,
there's a
for me, the
lot
quality of the
that buy
product, the
overseas.
quality of the
Quality.
service.
Quality's gone.
Yeah.
Like, look at our refrigerators. A buddy
we
has.
have to stop cutting Ash off.
I'm sorry.
No, not to say, but you still need to.
Otherwise, we'll get hate mail.
no. But you still need to understand,
Sure.
right? You still need to understand that. Like you look at farming. That is one of the reasons we can't even have people to go into farms and work, and that is why we are shipping people from Mexico and other places, because especially the farmer in America doesn't want to pay somebody $15, $20.
Can't afford it.
Do you know what I'm saying? So they
Because
could
he can't sell it for.
so they could get it
Right.
cheaper. So I mean, we need to understand all of that, and then you go into the next. So I like the fact that he said microchip, Because now what you need to do is you need to create an industry that is bigger than the previous industry. So like one of the things that America created and the world is catching up so fast on it is the service industry, right? So we created the service industry. So now you've left manufacturing, okay? So even China is starting to lose manufacturing. Do you know where manufacturing is going to go in the next 20 years?
Africa.
Exactly. You know why? Because the population of Africa is going to be tripling.
Yes.
Tripling. It's going to be like the next,
India.
big thing. So now it's going to be cheaper to build all these things over there. It's going to be cheaper to be building all these things over there. And China is moving.
True.
It went from China to India to Africa.
And China is going to be doing something else. And that is why China re-strategized to do the things that they're doing and building the infrastructure.
Ding, 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 ding.
That's why Bill
Woo.
Gates is vaccinating for polio in Africa.
Ding, 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 ding,
So
ding, ding.
you're not.
No one got the joke. Son of a bitch.
No,
You guys aren't necessarily wrong, but you're missing one massive part of it.
that's why we're here.
While America is focused on paying somebody a certain amount based on their genitalia or creating 14 different bathrooms, China is literally throwing people in the furnaces to create these things.
This is true.
Wow. Yep.
It is a difference in mentality.
Oh, and human rights.
Completely.
Yeah. There are no human rights.
I mean,
They're at the top of the food pile right now because for generations they have been focused on more, better, let's get to the
Survival
top
of
no
the
matter
fittest,
what.
yeah.
Whereas America is so focused on pandering to the weakest of the bunch so that they feel included. China is like, you're the weakest of the bunch, you're gone.
Mhm.
Yep.
yeah. So,
I'm not saying it's right.
Yeah, no.
I'm saying that's why they're where they are.
So yeah. So no, like not like all the things that we talked about, not touching human rights. Because like I'm a big proponent. Like we need to take care of people. I love.
I understand,
that's
but
kinda like what
sometimes
I-
taking care of people,
that's kind of like
in order
what I
to take
do.
care of people, you need money.
We've coddled.
And you can't earn money taking care of people,
Yeah.
and that's what we've done in this country.
But yeah. So like, you kind of go back. So you like, I mean, I always say you need to understand like world economy and how things work and how movement of people, movement of services and products. And then you need to understand, the philosophy, moving from like the agricultural age to the technological age, industrial age.
Age of the internet.
Now
The world.
Yeah.
Yes,
So now
completely.
we are in a service industry, and America is leading in that. So what can we create? What are some of the things that we could create to get us back on the map so we become more competitive, right?
What
What do you think?
define
Andy?
service industry though? I'm
Wait,
a little
hold
lost.
on.
Buying.
Andy.
I think that there are bad people in this world, and I think that the bad ones, should be fucking skinned alive down at the courthouse on display so everyone can see it.
So let me
Because-
say that in a way that won't get us put in jail.
That is Sharia law. Basically, that's what they do.
Bad people?
No, they don't do that. No,
Sharia law?
law. No,
No, Sharia law.
It's-
That's what they
no,
do.
No. Sharia law, what they do, we talked about this earlier.
If you're a woman who doesn't cover your face, you get
It's
stoned.
not-
if you're a woman who gets raped, you get stoned
It's
to
not
death.
just. It's
That's
not just
Sharia
that.
law.
No, it's not just. It's a little bit more than that. It's a
Well,
little
what
bit-
I
Sure,
think,
sure,
what I
sure.
what I think in reality is two different things. Like I would never do that. I
What?
think that would be a really, really wide awakening for people out there to see it.
But like you look at the Middle East. I mean,
I think
Saudi
what he's
Arabia.
saying is let's not have sustained people hung.
Oh no, I mean,
we
I
just do it once.
no, I
I'm
get what
serious.
he's.
Yeah.
I
Think
get
about
what
this.
he's saying. I
Dude,
do. Honestly,
These
get what
drug
he's
dealers,
saying.
they don't give a shit.
Like, that's what I'm saying.
They're
Like,
killing people. We shouldn't be pandering to them.
That's-
We throw them in jail. Give them a magic pill. See you later, bud.
I get what you're saying. Like you go to Saudi Arabia, you do something stupid like that. That's what they do. It's just like it's public humiliation. You get hung publicly. I actually saw a video. I don't know. Maybe you can find out
on the dark web.
but there was a guy. I don't know if it was in Saudi Arabia or one of the Middle East countries. But there was a guy that raped a little girl, and they basically the military just took him, picked him up, put him on the street, and right there just shot him.
Yeah, I'm good
I
with
think
that.
I think that
I'm
should
good with
happen.
that.
Right?
I think that should happen.
that's-
Absolutely.
I mean, it's all part of Sharia law, and
that's not part of Sharia law.
I think so.
No.
Raping,
No,
killing
not
someone
the
who raped
raping.
a little girl.
Like
That is
like,
not Sharia
it's just-
law.
It's just.
I think it's safe to say that none of us
I think it's
really
more,
know what
I-
Sharia law is,
I
and the
think it's
closest one I
more-
think is Andy.
I think it's more like instant justice.
It's not.
That is what. Really? Okay, maybe I'm wrong.
You think Sharia laws?
No, we have to all be okay with being wrong.
No. Sharia law is like a set of laws.
Yeah, but I think it was like
it's never going to happen here in America. Like, I mean, just to go out and frickin', execute people. It's just never going to happen. I mean,
no, and that's one of the things that makes America great.
Yeah, and bad people deserve bad things to happen to them, whether it be going to jail and getting fucked in the ass for the rest of their life, or just letting them have nothing. They can't have anything. There's no good credit. You can't have any cash. Cash is going away, by the way.
Right.
Yeah.
So they get nothing on their card. They get nothing, absolutely nothing. But then that creates a black hole and a vacuum that's going to lead it down.
Like a black market.
Yes.
And, there's going to be,
it's wild.
That's the thing. It's like there's no answer for this that doesn't have collateral damage.
Right.
But at the same time, too, I think we're overcomplicating it. Like, you understand, like, you two understand, like, international business and commerce and all these things. And one of the phrases that I love is, when you're a really smart person, the solution to every problem looks really complicated. When in reality, it's actually pretty simple.
Occam's razor.
Yeah, it's pretty simple. Free open market, done. If China creates a better mousetrap than America, China's going to win.
Right.
End of conversation.
I agree.
Like, so...
But they're underbidding.
But
and
as long as
they're forcing through slavery and servitude.
But that's the thing. As long as we're manipulating the process, it's never going to work. If we are hobbling ourselves at the gate by being so focused on creating a work culture that's inclusive and woke and this and that, no, just create a fair and open culture. If you're good enough, you're good enough.
Right.
I don't care what's between your legs. It should not even enter my psyche as to what is going on with somebody's sexuality. It should be, can you do the job well? Period. Into conversation. You know who likes to talk about race a lot? Fucking racists.
Yeah.
Like, this should not be a part of the conversation.
Not at all.
Dude, I'm not racist, but I talk
who's
about
talking
race a lot. I'm always cracking jokes. I'm always cracking jokes.
Ethnic people.
Aja, if the high heel fits.
The second most racist people are ethnic people.
Andy's got to get out. I just wanted to say, and I got to go do a shoot in a little bit. Yeah, I just wanted to say,
I have to go buy stuff for my salon. What are you doing, Andy? Ex-Army Ranger, Delta Force, Special Forces, kills people. I forgot what you were. I forgot where you were.
So I wanted
Delta Force 1.
Holy fuck! Is everybody? Thanks for being quiet, Dan. Thanks for being quiet.
So we're getting.
Thanks for being quiet, Dan. You know what, Dan? High five.
Dan gets the award.
I never said a word.
I need to say something. I was never ever Delta Force. That's very important.
Oh, was that a bad thing?
Well, did I say a boo-boo? This guy's saying that. No way.
Did I say a boo-boo?
No.
So,
not at all.
Did I do an Army racism?
I just wanted to say that I really respect you taking the time.
Yeah.
I'm really appreciative of your service. I'm really appreciative of your friendship. I think you're one of the coolest dudes I've ever met, and I think you're one of the despite your rhetoric, I think you're one of the best humanists I've ever met.
What do you mean rhetoric?
Where you're like, I think all those people should be hung up and skinned, but you're like, oh, but Andy's also one of the nicest guys that'll help you move you've ever met in your life, and he doesn't care anything about you as long as you're a good person.
Hey, listen, everyone has a lane. Stay in your lane, but I swear to God, if anyone comes into my lane with, like, if they're going to hurt my family, if they're going to hurt my loved ones, that's exactly what's going to happen.
Marky, I told you this, one of my favorite quotes. I was talking to an ex-Army Special Forces guy. And he was kind of telling us some stories and things he did. And I said, man, how do you do it? How do you, like, close your eyes at night? Like, I mean, you've seen things. And he said, it's real simple. And when I hear you talk, I hear this same phrase. I've never killed anybody who didn't need to be killed. That's it.
How about it?
Well, I've never eaten a steak and cheese I didn't like. Man, I'm just trying to add levity, man. You can't end it on that. You can't just be like,
you kind of can.
You can't. You can't.
If you have the ability to stay in your lane as much as you can. Help those. Help other people, man.
So, like I said, thank you. Have a safe trip.
Have fun on vacation.
Text me while you're there.
Yeah.
Hopefully, sweet photos of beaches or the Outer Banks.
Oh, nice.
I'm in God's hands.
Yep. I've only been to the Inner Banks, but I don't know what that means. So
it's more swampy there.
Thank you, man. Thank you for everything, for your friendship, for everything you've done.
Thank you for your service, man.
Appreciate it, guys.
All right. Do you want a hand job now or?
Like
Jesus.
Like in the statue?
No. Well, here's the thing. If you can lift me upside down and hold me, I'll masturbate you. Just like
I definitely can do that. Definitely can do that.
Oh man.
Thanks,
Marky,
buddy.
do the honors.
What a week, motherfuckers.
What a week.
What a week.